Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network. From Learfield, Hawkeye Baseball is on the air. Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Homewood and Home 2 Suites, preferred hotel of the Hawkeye Radio Network. Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. When corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Oak Knoll, an active life care community by University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. And by Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Now live, this is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball.
From the campus of the University of Iowa, it's baseball time in Iowa City. Live from a windy Dwayne Banks Field, it's a midweek matchup between the visiting Illinois State Redbirds and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Welcome to the broadcast booth alongside my fine color analyst, John Evans. I'm John Leo. At the beginning of a lengthy homestand as we flip the calendar over to May, the final month of the regular season. My goodness, how time really does fly. Today, the Redbirds from Illinois State, they're in town with a 17-23 overall record. They're tied for 7th in the MVC, the Missouri Valley Conference, with a 6-12 mark. The Redbirds, however, are on a roll, winning 7 of their last 9, including an impressive series win over the Southern Illinois Salukis last weekend. Illinois State holds a series edge of 22-14 over Iowa, including 7 of the last 10 going their way. These teams met earlier in the season back in late March when Illinois State stumped Iowa 5-3 with a late inning rally. Iowa enters today 31-11 after finishing up a 12-win April. The Hawks are 8-6 in the Big Ten, tied for 6th in the league. Big series remain, but first things first, let's take care of business today against a pesky Illinois State team. Get back on track after returning home from State College, where the Hawkeyes split 2 games with Penn State. All right, Iowa won in Game 1 out there at Penn State. A Game 1 winner, a comeback, beat the Nittany Lions 9-6. Some highlights from that one. 2-0 up the middle, base hit into left center. Anthony scores. Here comes DeRiggi. Hawks lead 2-0 on the 2 RBI single. Raider Tello. 2-2 from Whitlock. Ground ball left side. Tello's got it. He'll go to second for 1. On to first. Over DeRiggi's head. And now the runner's going to take off for second. DeRiggi picks it up, throws it to second. We got him at second base. Played the outfield shift to the push side as Keaton drives it right there. That's a base hit. It'll be in front of the center fielder. It gets by him. It gets by the center fielder, Wilmus. He's at third. He's going to round it and head for home. Benny Wilmus will score. Anthony slams on the brakes at second. It's 5-4. Long pause the pitch. This one drilled to left. Carrying well. Get going, baby. It is gone. Home run. A grand slam for Keaton Anthony. Boom. Boom. How about that? How about those Hawkeyes? Here comes the 2-2. Called third strike. Froze him on the outside corner. Tip your cap. Jack Whitlock. Outstanding effort out of the Hawkeye bullpen. With basically no chance to play on Sunday, it was all hands on deck in Game 2 for the doubleheader on Saturday. But Penn State edged us 8-3. 2 on with 1 out. First pitch to Brennan. He drives this one deep to left. It's carrying well towards the corner. Left fielder is there, and it's off the wall. Here comes Moss. He'll score. They're waving Anthony. He'll score too. And the Hawks are finally on the board. A 2 RBI double. Brennan DeRiggi.
Good job. It started with Anthony battling back from 0-2.
Tello drives this into left. That's a base hit. Hooks inside the line. They're waving DeRiggi. He'll score with ease. Tello digging for 2. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. RBI double. Raider Tello, and he's fired up. It's 5-3. 1-2 delivery from Sav. That's in the dirt here. The runner's going for second. The throw down. Did we get him? We got him. What a throw by Cade Moss. Runner takes off for second. There will be no throw. In fact, it'll get by Moss, and the runner's going to get to third.
No, he's not.
Throw down to third. Did Tello get him? He got him. It bounced off that brick right to Moss, and the runner tried to go from first to third. Had a great jump. He had second base easy. Tried to get to third. Good tag by Tello for the third out. Man, I gave up on that one a little bit too early, didn't I? John corrected me. He said, hold on a minute. We're going to get him out at third. Cade Moss did just that. A few highlights from the weekend out at State College. Hawkeyes settle for a split, 31-11 overall, now 8-6 in the Big Ten. We'll take a look at the conference standings, postseason outlook right after this. It's the Redbirds and the Hawkeyes, Illinois State and Iowa, live from Banks with first pitch coming in a bit. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV?
What? Oh, no way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen. To draft an agent for your team, visit shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
At US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing US Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness.
Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to US Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4 Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatKirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/IowansWin.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth at Dwayne Banks Field this evening. Iowa and Illinois State coming to you as we flip the calendar over to May. Let's welcome in broadcast partner John Evans. John, we've got a sunny day, what would appear to be a nice day, but it is windy as all get out today.
May 2nd, we have blankets and stocking caps. You can call it sunny and nice, but it should be better than this by now.
That's really remarkable that we've gotten to May now, and the weather has been very marginal for a majority of the season. If it's not one thing, it's the other, right? And right now, the sun is out for once, but the wind is still there, and it's just. I think the temperatures are really in the 60s, but it feels like probably mid-50s.
Yeah, at best, and it's only going to get cooler as the sun goes down. And I do think, though, the wind is supposed to die down as the evening goes along, and so that'll be a little bit better. But you're going to see some not great hit balls to right field get over that right field wall if you get it in the right area to carry. Because watching batting practice here an hour or so ago, there were a lot of balls banging into that parking lot behind the baseball building and Kinnick Stadium there.
Wind ripping the flags off of the poles from left to right today in Iowa City. We talk with Coach Heller in just a minute, and he mentions the wind again. It almost needs to be a featured segment. If there's a sponsor out there that has anything to do with the wind, maybe consider it, because we talk about it almost every day.
Well, we were watching the guys too and right now Illinois State's shooting, using the jugs machine to shoot balls out for their outfielders, and you just watch it. You watch the ball, how much break it has, and when our guys were shooting it out to left field straight back into that wind, they ended up just being pop-ups just beyond the infield, and basically they had to shoot them at left center to get it to right, or to get it to the center fielder, and any ball they shot to right field was ending up foul. It's just been interesting to watch.
You're not going to be able to give up on anything today, especially on the infield. Ball could be coming back into you a little bit.
Infielders are definitely going to have to track the ball all the way out to outfielders just to make sure. And they're going to have to communicate well, because, again, when the wind's blowing this hard, it gets whistling past your ears, it's hard to hear. And so, it'll be important to loudly and emphatically call that ball to make sure that there aren't any collisions for either side.
Okay, John, just some final thoughts on that series with Penn State. Just a weird time out there.
Yeah, it wasn't Iowa's best series. Got away with the split. Would have loved to have got that third game in, because, part of it was Penn State was out of pitching. Now, that was they took a calculated risk with that. They believed the weatherman. The weatherman was accurate, and so we didn't play on Sunday. And so the fact that they really only had one arm that they've depended on this year left didn't hurt them. And so, again, you want to win every game. Baseball's not wired like that. Iowa moved up 2 spots in the RPI over the weekend. The bigger thing now is, as you look at the conference standings, Iowa's basically in 6th place because it's going to go by win percentage, but they're a half game behind 3 teams, and that not getting that game in, not getting an opportunity to win, that might be the one that ends up kind of costing them a spot in, for the conference tournament. But in the big scheme of things, with where the goal really is, that's okay. It doesn't really matter.
Got 9 conference games left, 3 with Ohio State, Michigan State, and Northwestern. So, plenty of time to make a move up towards the top. But that game could prove to be interesting down the road. Missing that game with Penn State.
Yeah,
that we felt like we would definitely have the advantage in.
Right, and it could be a seeding problem, or it could not. Again, the important part is you're in the top 8. That's really it from as far as Iowa's concerned. They're second in the conference in RPI. There's 6 teams now that are under under 100. So, and you've really got 4 teams, possibly 5 that could start to argue for an at-large berth. You've got Indiana, who even after a tough weekend, still 29 in RPI. Iowa's 38, Maryland all the way up to 41 after sweeping Indiana. And then you've got Rutgers at 53 and Michigan State, a team we'll see, at 66. So, you've got those 5 teams that probably still hold some hope of an at-large bid if they take care of their business. And that's the important part. Just take care of your business. If Iowa wins, there's 11 games left, 10 games left. Iowa goes 8-2, 9-1, probably fine. And then, they don't go 0-2 in the Big Ten tournament, and things will work out.
Maryland leads the conference right now, kind of out of the blue, to be honest. They're 11-4 in the conference. They're 30-15 overall. They're on a 7-game win streak. They just swept Indiana at Indiana.
And it's not just the sweep, it was how they did it. Those first 2 games, Friday and Saturday, were absolute demolitions. They just scored over 15 runs in both games. Pitching held them under 2 or 3 both games. I mean, it was tight. Won a good game on Sunday then that was a little closer, had a rain delay in it. But, if they probably have – Indiana has pitching mostly. Maryland has hitting, and when their pitching is good, they are going to be they'll be a really tough out for anybody. Forget the Big Ten tournament. Yeah. Start thinking regional for what they've got potential to do.
Michigan State, they're in second. They're 10-5 in the conference. They're 28-13 overall. They're also on a win streak. They're up to 5 in a row now. The Spartans, they're coming to town not this weekend, but next weekend. And you want to talk about a team that came out of the blue. They were not predicted in the top half of the Big Ten in the preseason rankings, John.
And I'm not 100% sure what I think of them yet. The 5 of the 6 wins are against Purdue and Northwestern, so kind of although Purdue's playing better now, they were struggling when they caught them. The series win against Rutgers is really good. They took 2 or 3 there. They took 2 or 3 against Ohio State, who really hasn't found their footing yet, and they lost the series to Michigan. So I'm just, I guess we'll see. We'll find out here real soon what they're really like. But I feel like they're. As they finish up with Illinois, Iowa, and Indiana, I think you'll find out how legitimate they are with their last 2 series.
Feels like we're in a pretty good spot as long as, like you said, we take care of our business, right, John?
Right. Pretty simple. It's again, it's baseball. You don't have to win every game, but you're gonna have to show up. The control, the command of the pitching is going to have to be better than what we saw in Pennsylvania. And, they got away with it in Game 1. Looked like you had a chance to get away with it in Game 2, and then it got worse again and kind of got away. But that'll be the thing, and you're going to see some guys today that you're not used to seeing in midweek games pitching today, and it'll be a little bit of throwing a bullpen and flushing that last appearance out of their system and get ready for this weekend.
All right, sounds good. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk with head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Ooh, got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Oh, hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
At US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness. Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
Here's an easy pill to swallow. Right now, earn a 5-cent fuel saver on every prescription you fill at your Hy-Vee pharmacy. That's 5 cents off per gallon of gas for each prescription filled at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to fill your prescriptions. Just call or stop by your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and let us handle the rest. You can also fill online or use the mobile app. Fill a prescription and start earning today. Some restrictions apply. See your pharmacy or Hy-Vee.com for details.
Welcome back to pregame coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball. Today, the Hawkeyes hosting Illinois State here at Duane Banks. We're joined by head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller. Coach, a split with Penn State this past weekend.
Yeah, split, and a really bad weather weekend that affected things a lot. We didn't get a play on Friday, doubleheader Saturday, in between the rain, and then we had no chance to play on Sunday with basically heavy rain from midnight Saturday until it was still raining when we flew out 6 o'clock Sunday afternoon. But the first game was a great effort by our team. We overcome a rough start where you have to go to the bullpen in the first inning, and then that usually doesn't end well, and the guys just found a way. And offensively, we battled up and down the lineup, and Keaton Anthony had a huge game. And you thought that momentum was really going to roll into game two, and we got a tough start from Morgan, and had to go to the bullpen early. And again, just almost an identical situation to the first game. And unfortunately, even though I felt like our offense did fight, Penn State pitched way better. They threw everybody at us, the kitchen sink. They rolled the dice. We weren't playing Sunday, and threw all their Sunday guys, and they threw their best pitchers, and they threw good, and it was a good plan, and it worked. And we got behind and fought back, and then after the fifth inning, we started walking guys again, and just a sad, sick feeling in your stomach to look at the scoreboard and see 8 runs on 4 or 5 hits, and game you probably should have won 4-2 or 4-1, but it didn't happen. So we have to regroup and bounce back and get our chance to do that tonight. We're super excited. We're getting ready to start an 8-game homestand, and today it's not freezing cold, but the wind's blowing like crazy, and we actually tried to move the game to Wednesday, where it's supposed to be about 70 and not much wind, but unfortunately since COVID, it's really hard to get buses, and we tried 6 bus companies, and Illinois State couldn't find a bus that would take them on Wednesday. And so here we are on Tuesday in a windy day, and we're going to run 8 or 9 pitchers out there, and hopefully the offense can continue its good role like it's been here the last 10 games or so.
Yeah, with the exception of that second game with Penn State, it just feels like the team's really picking up steam as we get towards the end here. What are a couple of things that you've learned about your team over the past couple of weeks, most recently?
Well, I just feel like that we're in a really good place from a mentality standpoint, a confidence standpoint, and a fight standpoint. I feel like that the Nebraska series was big for us, because for the first time all year, that for 3 straight games, it was just whatever I can do to help the team win. Every single guy, not worrying about themselves, and not worrying about stats, or not worrying about uncontrollables. And on the position player side, we felt like the pitchers were getting close, and then unfortunately, we have 2 rough starts at Penn State, and now we're going to have to go back to work and back to the drawing board there, and hopefully get that cleaned up before a very talented Ohio State team shows up here this weekend.
You look at the Big Ten standings right now. We're in 6th place. That kind of seems like it's hard to believe. Feel like we're probably a little bit better than where we are in the standings.
Yeah, you can't really look at the standings, especially when you miss 4 teams in the league, and some teams have played their bye and some teams haven't. For sure. We know that there were some games that we wish we had back early that didn't go our way. But these last 9 games are going to be the separator, and that's the biggest thing for us, is that we still got everything in the palm of your hand, and you still can go out there and achieve pretty much everything that we set out to do. And here we are in May, and 3 weeks left, and let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go see what we can do.
Incredible record at home, Coach. Just something about being comfortable these next few games.
Yeah, let's hope that let's hope that carries through, and we've played well here, for 10 years, and hopefully that continues, like you said. But it all comes down, like that's the crazy thing about baseball, is that it just takes one or two guys that don't get it done, and it doesn't matter what everybody else does. Sometimes you just have to you just have to make sure that every single guy is ready to go and is able to do their job.
Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show from Dwayne Banks today. All right, we've already seen this Illinois State team once. They nipped the slate over at their place. What have you seen from them?
Yeah, it was a disappointing loss where we pretty much gave it away, and that was when our the back end bullpen guys were scuffling, and we blew a lead and due to free bases in the 8th inning actually, but a good team, very good defensively. We have some guys that can swing it, and then on that day they threw one of their good arms that had been scuffling a little bit, and just let him roll, and he pitched really good against us. And, but still, I thought we played pretty decent that day. Had a defensive miscue along with the free bases on the mound late, and it cost us.
They've won 7 of their last 9, so they're surging a little bit, even though they're towards the bottom of their conference.
Yeah, they have good players, and Coach Holm had a bunch of guys. He had a bunch of guys hurt. A bunch. Like at one time he had 6 starters out of the lineup. So they're getting guys back. They were just starting to get some of those guys back when we played them at their place, and when you get guys back after a fairly long stint on the DL, it isn't like they jump right back in there. It takes them some time to get back into shape, and they've got some guys back now, and they've been playing for a few weeks, and looks like they're starting to hit their stride.
They'll go with Harper today on the mound. What have you seen from him? I don't know if we saw him in the first game.
No, we don't know a lot about him, but he's not one of their weekend starters, so that's a good thing. But I do believe it's a start. I think he's going to go for a while. I don't think it's we're going to mix every inning or two. I think they're going to try to get a legitimate start out of him, and he's done a decent job for him in some midweek games, giving him some decent innings, and they've had some really good wins in the midweek, and it's going to be a challenge. They've played really well against us the last 3 times we've played. They've won 2 of them. We've won 1, and hopefully we can even things up today.
On our side of things, when it comes to the pitching, we'll start with Ty Langenberg. What's the plan for us on the mound today?
Well, you're going to see 8 or 9 guys. I think the plan is to go to Cade Obermueller next. You may see Cade for 2, but definitely 1, and then Brody Breck is going to throw an inning just to get back out there instead of throwing a bullpen after a short stint on Saturday. He's gonna get out there and a little more intent with a live set. Then you're going to see Zach Volker. You're going to see Chaz Wheatley. You're going to see Jared Simpson, and then Luke Llewellyn, and Will Christofferson, and then Jacob Henderson will be the guy that if we need a guy to come in the middle of an inning, Jacob will be that guy. And then if we need a guy probably in the first 5, if you need more than 1, let's hope we don't, but if we need two dirty inning guys in the first 5 or 6 innings, we'll probably use Chaz Wheatley as the second one and just let him go after that.
We've just got a couple more weeks for guys like Brody and Marcus and Hendo to get back to where they were. You're probably glad they're not peaking too soon, I guess, but time to get them back on track.
Well, it definitely is. Especially Brody. He's had 3, subpar for him in a row, and then Marcus had been on a great roll, and threw the best game of his career against Nebraska, and it was, just really a shocker that, it went the way it did against Penn State. I guess that one I didn't see coming, and it felt like he was over the hump. And but yeah, it's going to be a big week for both of those guys to get their work in and get their heads right and get their confidence back and get back on track this weekend.
Offensively led by Keaton Anthony, he's got to be making a push for Conference Player of the Year, don't you think, Coach?
I believe so, and to me, all the accolades that you can throw at him, All-American and everything. He is on a tear right now, and let's hope that continues.
Yeah, again, 1 through 9, the guys seem like they're picking it up and in a good spot.
Yeah, definitely are, and like I said at the beginning, I really felt like offensively, even in the game we lost, we were battling, and like I said, should have been in the lead, and even with all the mishaps on the mound. We still had a couple innings where if we get a 2-out hit, there's a chance we still win that game. We still outscore them, but we didn't get the hit. They made really good pitches and when they needed to, and we took their hat to that. But we were right there.
All right, Coach. A couple of keys to victory today to start our home standoff with a victory.
As always, it's going to start on the mound with limited and free bases, especially on a crazy windy day like today, where anything in the air is going to be an adventure. And it's not an easy day to pitch. It's blowing. I said this, we've talked before, when it blows this hard, it can mess your balance up, as you're going through your delivery. It can definitely affect guys. The pitches don't always do what they normally do when you get a crazy wind like this. I was trying to hit ground balls infield, and they were knuckling everywhere. So it's going to be a mental test as well for the pitchers to see who can deal with that. Actually, I'm hoping, John, you guys will know by the time the game starts that it does die down a little. The report I saw earlier today said it was. Marty told me pregame that it had changed, not going to die down, but I'm hoping a little bit, maybe. But that's one, and then our offense just being pesky and stingy and not chasing and trying to take advantage of as many free bases as we can get on a day like this, and then have somebody step up and get a clutch hit or two, and good defense as always.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Let's win the day, take down the Redbirds.
All right, thanks, John.
Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show from Dwayne Banks. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oaknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Here's an easy pill to swallow. Right now, earn a 5-cent fuel saver on every prescription you fill at your Hy-Vee pharmacy. That's 5 cents off per gallon of gas for each prescription filled at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to fill your prescriptions. Just call or stop by your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and let us handle the rest. You can also fill online or use the mobile app. Fill a prescription and start earning today. Some restrictions apply. See your pharmacy or Hy-Vee.com for details.
Starting lineups have been announced ahead of today's game between Iowa and Illinois State. We're moments away from first pitch. We'll step aside for today's national anthem. We'll come back and give you the starting lineups of today's game. Back after this, this is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Oh, hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
All right, the national anthem is complete this evening. Iowa and Illinois State coming up in just a couple of minutes. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. All right, it's time for today's starting lineups. We'll go first with the visiting Illinois State Redbirds. They are 17-23 overall. They're 6-12 in their league, tied for 7th place under the direction of Steve Holm, their head coach in his 5th season. He'll send out Shy Robinson to lead things off. He's their second baseman, followed by Augie Rasmussen and Shaden Kubo. Daniel Pasella, he's out in left field batting in the cleanup spot. The designated hitter Judah Norris bats 5th. Greg Nichols will bat 6th for Illinois State today. 7, 8, 9, Luke Chang, Luke Lawrence, and Tyler Woltman. On the flip side of things, the Iowa Hawkeyes come in with a 31-11 record. They are 8-6 in the Big Ten. This is a non-conference game today against Illinois State. The Hawkeyes are 17-2 here at Duane Banks. 17-2 at home. That's a pretty good record. Defensively, the Hawkeyes will go with Brennan DeRiggi at first, Sam Honar at second, Michael Seegers, the stellar shortstop. Over at the hot corner at third is Raider Tello. In the outfield today, left to right, Ben Wilmus, Kyle Hucksdorf, and Sam Peterson. Doing the catching behind the plate is Cade Moss. And getting the start today is Ty Langenberg. Ty, the right-hander, 6'2" from Urbandale.
Start number 10 for Ty, appearance number 12 for the normal Sunday starter. 4-2 on the season, 4.34 ERA, 47 2/3 innings, 58 hits, 25 runs, 23 of those were earned, 22 walks, 57 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .302 against Ty, but coming off his best start of the season 9 days ago against Nebraska when he threw 7 really strong innings and got the win last Sunday.
This won't impact whether or not he starts on Sunday. This is just a couple of innings here. This is not your typical start from Ty.
Right. Ty would throw during the week anyway, and so you're gonna see you're probably gonna see an inning. I suppose if it went exceptionally smooth, you might roll him out there again. But again, I think Coach Heller's got enough guys that he wants to get out there that this will probably be a 10 to 25 pitch outing, hopefully closer to the 10 side for Ty, and that'll be about it for today. And he'll hand the ball over to some other guys that either need to erase some memories or just get some work.
Right. Head coach of the Hawkeyes is Rick Heller in his 10th season. Associate head coach Marty Sutherland. Pitching coach Sean McGrath. Volunteer assistant Mitchell Bowe. Director of baseball operations is Nick Ungs. Director of player development Ryan Colgate. Student assistants Casey Day and Ty Snepp. All right, we're ready to go from Duane Banks this evening. Langenberg is on the mound, out of the windup. First pitch swinging, fair ball. Into the right field corner by Shy Robinson. He's rounding first, heading for second, and it's a leadoff double for the Redbirds.
Boy, Ty got a little unlucky there. Good pitch, fastball low and in the zone, and Shy got into it and just inches inside the first base bag.
I don't remember Robinson really playing against us in the first meeting. Yeah, he did not play. Illinois State beat us 5-3 back on March 28th over in Normal. Iowa led that game 3-0 going to the bottom of the 4th, gave up 2 in the bottom of the 4th, and then Illinois State would score 3 in the 8th inning to win it 5-3.
Yeah, it looks like it just started less than half the games, played in less than half the games, started in even fewer than that, but it is a 300 hitter, so done a nice job in the leadoff spot.
Here's Augie Rasmussen. He lines this into center. It is dropped by Hucksdorf. He trapped it. Robinson rounding third. He's going to score. And Illinois State is on the board early with a double and then a single. Hucksdorf with great effort there, but couldn't come up with it.
Well, and that's another one of those where hard to judge. That wind blowing really hard in, even though that was a line drive, just kind of knocked it down on the spin, and Huck couldn't quite get there. And Ty against Nebraska gave up the leadoff home run, walked the next guy on 4 pitches, and then settled in and got going. So now he'll have to do the same today.
A lot of strikes from Ty, though, as he whips in a breaking ball to Shaden Kubo. He's their first baseman, and it's 0-1. Kubo just under 300 with a batting average. He's played in almost all their games. This is lined foul to the right side, 0-2 now. Langenberg in a good spot. Kubo with 30 strikeouts on the season. Langenberg's trying to give him number 31.
You know, Rasmussen's got a lot of speed down there at first base, too. 19 of 22 in stolen bases, a plus runner.
No balls, 2 strikes. Langenberg with a long pause. I'll check on that runner over there at first. DeRiggi will catch it and give it right back to Ty. Illinois State 1-0, just underway from Dwayne Banks.
You know, Kubo, interesting 3-hitter, just 8 extra base hits, all doubles. No triples or home runs. So
in the previous meeting, Kubo was their leadoff hitter, and he played over at third base. He just registered 1 at-bat. He walked twice. So he's moved down to the 3 spot, batting just under 300. 1-2 is lifted in the air to right. Runner takes off for second. He'll have to go back. This will sail out of play. Boy, that's like a golf swing right there, John. Looks like mine without the wind. It just flips over there to the right.
Right. No chance any ball hit down the right field line in the air isn't going to blow foul. It's going to whip there as that ball ends up on the street and into the parking lot down there.
John, you mentioned Illinois State's speed, especially with Rasmussen at first, as the 1-2 is fouled back to the screen this time. They lead the Valley. They lead the Missouri Valley in stolen bases with 56. So up and down the lineup, they have a few guys that have contributed to that, but as you mentioned, it's mainly Rasmussen.
A lot of high percentage guys, too. There's only one guy in the starting lineup that's been thrown out twice, and that's Kubo.
Check on Rasmussen again. And he's back in safely. Illinois State 1-0, and you can hear their dugouts really into it right off the rip here this afternoon.
A couple hits will get you fired up and engaged, and winning the first meeting will do the same.
A swing and a miss by Kubo. Langenberg with a nice pitch low and in. I think it was off speed. There's one down.
Threw the changeup and got it to drop right out of the zone, right at his feet. And as he walks back to the dugout, he's kind of describing the movement of the on-deck hitter. A lot of good movement. Good movement there from Ty to get the first out.
Now, I'm going to have to be really careful with this hitter now. Daniel Pasella, he's their left fielder, a big left-handed hitter. He's got 13 home runs. He's the only Redbird with double-digit home runs. Hits a ground ball to second here. Honar flips it for 1 on to first. Double play.
Easy does it right there as the Hawks get out of the inning. And again, we're going to have to figure out how to get Ty started a little quicker, but he does a nice job once he gets going.
Illinois State gets 1 on the board with a double and then a single. The Hawkeyes will come to the plate trying to answer right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
At MidAmerican Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
The Hawkeyes coming to the plate in the bottom of the first, surrendering 1 run to Illinois State. There in the first, a double and then a single. Iowa will go with this lineup to counter the Redbirds today. Ben Wilmus leading things off. He's playing left field for Iowa today. Keaton Anthony's the designated hitter up next, followed by Brennan DeRiggi, the first baseman. He's in the 3 spot. Raider Tello, Sam Peterson, and Kyle Huxdorf make up the middle of the order for the black and gold today. 7, 8, and 9, Sam Honar, Michael Seegers, and Cade Moss. Today for Illinois State on the mound is Thomas Harper. Harper's a right-handed pitcher. He's a freshman from Wisconsin.
Actually be his 7th start on the year, his 11th appearance. He's 2-2, 6.92 ERA, just 26 innings, 26 hits, 20 runs. They've all been earned, 18 walks and 26 strikeouts. Opponents hit 263. Fastball's going to come up there a little over 90 miles an hour. Good slider. Changeup's pretty firm. But, you know, again, you can tell by the numbers, a little bit of control issue. Hawks will have to pay attention there as he almost catches Wilmus with the first pitch up and in.
Yeah, Ben had to turn away from that one. Wilmus has really settled in the leadoff spot. Done a nice job for Iowa since being promoted to that role. This is high ball 2. That ball's coming in here and snapping the mitt with some velocity, isn't it?
Good night. Yeah, I mean, it's right at 90. So again, nothing the Hawks haven't seen, but anything that spins, they'll probably be taking for a while.
Wilmus squares to bunt on the 2-0, pulls it back, just a charade there, and it's a strike, 2-1.
Ben still has his on-base percentage up, 472, doing a nice job even as he's gotten more at-bats.
Harper missing upstairs again to Wilmus. So the fastball is missed high. He was able to throw the breaking ball in there for a strike. Wilmus has a 3-1 count. Just underway in Iowa City. Hawks trail 1-0 in the first. 3-1 pitch. Wilmus will take this at the letters for ball 4. Illinois State today with gray uniforms, red pinstripes. Vertical pinstripes for the Redbirds today. They've got a script across their chest. I believe it says Illinois State. Hard to read from up here. They've got red baseball caps in the field. A lot of them with red undershirts, full-length, long-sleeve undershirts. The Hawkeyes in white uniforms, white tops, white pants, black script Iowa spelled out across the chest. Here's Keaton Anthony. He takes that one up and in, ball 1. Hawkeyes in the field wear the gold baseball caps with the black bills. Wilmus on first with a great lead. Anthony's worked a 1-0 count. The pitch way outside, ball 2. Harper struggling early.
Yeah, that time I think that was actually the first breaking ball he's thrown, and that one missed well wide, and the other fastballs have all been either up and or in, so he's had a really hard time locating.
2-0, again, same spot, up and in, ball 3. Anthony certainly has the red light here. And, you got to think about the wind playing a factor with the mechanics of the pitching as well.
Well, again, I equate a lot of stuff to golf, and if you kind of equate or gets a strike across there. If you think about when you're playing golf in really heavy wind and you're whether you're trying to hit a driver or you're leaned over to hit a putt, it just kind of keeps moving you around. It's hard to keep your body steady. It's hard to keep your mechanics in line.
3-1 pitch is low and out. That's ball 4.
And that's the credit to Ty in the first inning. I know we all hate that he gave up a run, but I mean, it's a ball that just barely laces inside the line because Ty almost snuck the fastball by him, and the guy kind of pokes it out there. The next ball's nicely hit to center field. Day without a 30-mile-an-hour wind. Huck's going to catch it. But anyway, he threw strikes.
Yeah.
He made him put the ball in play. He threw strikes all inning, and as you see, it's not that easy. As we've had 9 pitches here from Harper, and 8 of those have been balls, and not particularly competitive.
Not close. And so that could be a combination of the two things. Brennan DeRiggi will be in the box when he is able to, once the mound visit concludes. Umpires today, our boy Don is behind the plate. Don Umland is the home plate umpire. Daniel Grave out there at first. Brett Meal at second. David Fields over there at third.
Don making his 14th start of the year.
Yeah, something like that. It's got to be, right?
Third behind the plate.
All right, we're ready for play now. Iowa trailing Illinois State 1-0 in the bottom of the first, but the Hawks are in business here with runners at first and second. Nobody out. Here's Brennan DeRiggi, left-handed hitter. First pitch to him is
down low. Kind of wanted to see Brennan set on one, and if he got a fastball where he liked, hit it into the parking lot.
It wouldn't take much for Brennan today. He could probably have a 75% swing, don't you think? Here comes the 1-0. He drives this one deep to right. It's crushed. An absolute no-doubter for DeRiggi. Brennan takes him deep to right center.
That's what free bases will get for you. And then he comes across the plate. Brennan's ready for it. 103. It leaves the bat. 396 out to right center field, bouncing in front of a CAM bus. And all of a sudden it's 3-1 Hawks.
We call that or what?
DeRiggi's 8th of the season.
He got a hold of that one deep to right center. He did put a good swing on it. I'm not sure that was 75%. That was a good swing.
Well, I kind of thought at first maybe he fisted it, and I was waiting to see the exit speed. I'm like, okay, we're going to try the theory, but no, it got out at 103 as he got pretty good barrel on that inside fastball and sent it out.
Well, there's one home run for the Hawkeyes today. Iowa 3-1 now in the first. Here's Raider Tello. Might be a little bit harder for Raider to take one out with the wind blowing so strong from left to right. First pitch strike. That's a high breaking ball. Just dare him to throw that again.
So if I set the over-under at 3.5, is Iowa hitting more or over or under home runs?
With the home runs, yeah.
Yes.
Tello with a swing and a miss on the 0-1. Good pitch there from Harper. It's 0-2. 3.5 probably feels like a good number, although Iowa's on pace for 8 right now, John. Here's the 0-2 to Rader. He stays alive and taps it foul to the left side. Still nobody out in the inning.
Good job there from Rader. You want to see him, maybe chase that last breaking ball, but then saw another good breaking ball was right on it. So to see if he gets the fastball here.
Yeah, that's downstairs for a ball, 1-2.
We'll keep, Coach Heller mentioned that they might try to turn this into a regular start if Iowa can chase Harper.
Yeah, Tello with the check swing. He went around. Rader is down on strikes for the first one of the inning. Your point, John?
Well, just that, if Iowa can maintain discipline there, Rader got a little outside of his zone there, swung at a couple balls that he doesn't normally swing at. But, if the rest of the guys can kind of just maintain what they're doing, whether it's take a walk, put the ball in play, Harper won't pitch, 4 innings, 5 innings.
Peterson squares to bunt and throws it down the line at third, but it goes foul, so Petey will have to hustle back into the batter's box. Yeah, you can. That's kind of the approach that Iowa has. Hey, mess up their plan. Do what we do best to mess up their plan, and that would certainly mess up Illinois State's plan if Harper can't even get out of the first or even the first couple of innings.
Well, and that was the success Iowa had against Nebraska, was they continued to break the chain there. It was Nebraska had a plan coming into each game, and Iowa chased the starter early.
0-1 pitch to Petey, swung on and missed. That's a good spot there from Harper on the inside portion of the plate. 0-2.
For a guy that doesn't throw his breaking ball or strike a lot, really done a nice job here.
He's got the last couple of Hawkeyes down on strikes, chasing a few pitches out of the zone.
Well, that's what, he adjusted. He was trying to establish a fastball, and he couldn't throw it for a strike. And so then all of a sudden he went to snapping off breaking balls. Once he got ahead, he kept snapping them off, and, Hawkeye hitters then just kind of started swinging over the top of him. So it'd be important to kind of get back to basics here.
2 outs for Kyle Huckstorf. That one was low and out. Kyle batting in the 6th spot, the Hawkeyes center fielder. Huckstorf has dipped under 300 now with the batting average. 1-0 pitch is waved at and missed. Haven't been able to touch this breaking ball. Wow.
No, all of a sudden it's he's gotten nasty, and I think that's kind of need to go back to just taking it, because again, we've chased a number of balls out of the zone.
There's a fastball downstairs, ball 2.
Make him throw the breaking ball in the zone before you start swinging at it. Again, it's super easy for me to say sitting up here, but
right.
Try to identify it as quick as you can. And
here's the pitch that's driven into right center now. Will it burn the right fielder? Oh, he makes a tremendous catch out there in right. That's Lawrence, reached up at the last second, is tailing away from him. He grabs it for the 3rd out. It's a 3-run home run by Brennan Durigge. Hawks lead at 3-1 as we go to the 2nd. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skoglund Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4-Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatkirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
The Hawkeyes will go to the bullpen for the 2nd inning, bringing in freshman left-hander from Iowa City. Cade Obermuller. Obermuller coming into the game in the second.
Cade will be making appearance number 13, 1-0 on the season with a save, 3.24 ERA, 16 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 11 runs. Just 6 of those were earned, 12 walks, and 27 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just 186 against Cade.
Cade could use a really good outing. Build his confidence back up and see what he can do against Illinois State. Judah Morris is the batter, big right-hander. First pitch strike from Cade. He pops the mitt at 94.
He got just such an electric arm, and it's all in there. It's just a matter of kind of putting the pieces together, the mental side of it and the physical side of it, and he'll be a tough hit.
There's a fastball that snaps high and outside. Morris is a pretty good hitter for Illinois State. His batting average is not great at .211, but remember him having a big at bat against us the first meeting, I guess. Maybe he's statistically not great, but.
Yeah, he was 1 for 3, scored a run. Actually got pinch ran for, and the pinch runner scored. So yeah, he was involved in both of the rallies that Illinois State had.
2-1 pitch is outside, ball 3.
Good pitch.
I guess what I remember about him is that I think he was coming off an injury, and we were just seeing him for one of the first times when we met these guys back in late March. And when we talked to their radio broadcasters over there, said to watch out for him. So maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Statistically hasn't been great. He draws the walk here. So Obermuller goes with a first pitch strike, but then 4 out of the zone after that. And Illinois State has their leadoff man on in the second. Hawks lead at 3-1.
Third baseman, number 17.
See Greg Nichols now. He's a left-handed hitter.
Yeah, Illinois State doing something a little different at the bottom of their order. Morris without a ton of at-bats. Nichols is a regular guy, but then you got Chang, the shortstop, with just 66 at-bats. Waltman, the 9-hitter, as he hits the outside corner there. Waltman, the 9-hitter, with just 5 at-bats. So, this is kind of, you need to make sure there's not a lot of free bases here. You saw the punishment that can happen to that in the bottom of the first inning.
No balls and a strike to Nichols with a short lead at first by Morris. 0-1 pitch, sails just a bit outside, 1-1.
Ty again, good job with Cade again with a good first pitch strike, but needs to just keep locked in and keep finding the mitt.
1-1 is swung on and missed. Challenged him with the high fastball there. It's 1-2. Obermuller did see action in the previous meeting against Illinois State through 2/3 of an inning, gave up 1 hit, 2 runs, neither of which were earned. He did have a strikeout. He faced 5 batters and threw 21 pitches. A 1-2 delivery from Obermuller. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase the outside slider that sweeped across Nichols' body.
Well, that's what happens when you get ahead. All of a sudden you can kind of force the chase as he got the 1-2, threw that beautiful slider that broke all the way through and got the first out.
So a leadoff walk and then a strikeout brings up Luke Chang. He's their shortstop. Chang's a right-handed hitter. Cade missed high and out to him to start off the at-bat. Chang's not got a great batting average.
No, just 182. Let's have 11 walks to 10 strikeouts, so pretty good job there on 66 at-bats. So, Cade's going to have to come in the zone and make sure he challenges Chang.
1-0 pitch from Obermuller, swing and a miss. He was late on that one.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot. We've done it through the season of, trust in your stuff, that your stuff's going to be better than the hitter. And it's certainly something Cade's going to need to do here as he works through the bottom of the order, just to believe that his stuff is far good enough to get the bottom of the order out.
Chang squares the bunt and pulled it back. That one missed just below the eyes. 2-1.
No real threat here to hit home runs at the bottom of the order. So you can go ahead and challenge, throw the fastball. Maybe they could get lucky and poke one out with the wind, but for the most part, you're going to be able to get it done.
This one's inside, ball 3. Been pretty close, but just not quite enough to be called strikes. It's 3-1 now with 1 out. In the top of the second, Hawks lead at 3-1. Obermuller takes a deep breath. Here's the pitch. Way inside, ball 4. So 2 walks in the inning, puts 2 Redbirds on base. Looking for that shutdown inning. I know it wasn't a crooked number for Iowa, but whenever you score, you want to put up a 0. And it'll take a little effort here from Obermuller to stop that from happening, from Illinois State getting on the board here.
3's not crooked?
You think it is? Does it qualify, do you think?
Well, how are you drawing the thing?
Well, I think you go 5+ is crooked.
Holy cow. Your standards are very high.
I think 4 is a great number. I think anything where you have to piece it together where on one swing of the bat you can't cover it. You see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. But
anything more than a grand slam.
I just find that's a very high bar for crookedness. Okay. That sounds like a big inning, not just a crooked
big
number.
Inning. There, okay. All right, maybe that's what I need to flip-flop those. All right, here's Luke Lawrence. First pitch, hit him. The bases will be loaded for Illinois State. Coach Heller comes out of the dugout to talk with Don Umland and say, are you sure, Don?
Cade Moss is asking the same question. But unfortunately, it's an argument you're not going to win, but...
Well, and now we're in a little bit of trouble. Illinois State's got the bases loaded for Tyler Woltman. He's at the bottom of their order. This is their 9-hitter. And Woltman, I'm not going to say it, but he's up with the bases loaded. Just a few at-bats on the season. Obermuller is ready. The pitch. That's high, ball 1. Time called. Here comes pitching coach Sean McGrath. He'll have to go talk to Cade and get him settled down now. Illinois State threatening here in the second. In the previous meeting with Illinois State, okay, we lost 5-3. We didn't really give them too many free bases, though. That was one of the losses that, okay, maybe you just got beat, John. I know we made a couple of mistakes, but it felt like compared to the other losses for Iowa this season, that was one where, hey, we just didn't put them away and we just got beat. We didn't necessarily give them as much as we have in other losses.
Well, Iowa jumped out to that 3-0 lead, gave up the 2 runs in the 4th inning on it, 2 unearned runs. So the one Hawkeye error cost them 2 runs, and then unfortunately the inning where kind of the wheels came off in the 8th was with some walks, were some. Kind of a losing track of the zone. So you didn't give them a ton, but when you gave them, you paid for it. And that was, it's kind of where we're at right now. If you're in position to have to pay for these.
Cade deals a strike to Woltman after the mound visit from Coach McGrath. 3 free bases in the inning for Illinois State. 2 walks and a hit batter. Loads them up for the Redbirds. Hawks lead at 3-1 for now. Here comes the 1-1 from Obermuller inside. Ooh, called a strike, 1-2.
It's a good strike. He's crowding the plate, and you're kind of trying to sell it at that point. You're 0 for 5 on the season, and guys got better stuff than you're going to hit. So, hey, sell it as inside, and if it doesn't work, no big deal.
Here's the 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. That's a strikeout for Obermuller.
High and outside fastball. Cade kind of gets a break there. Now he's going to have to face the top of the order and see if he can limit this to no damage.
Back to Robinson. We're not done yet. Robinson, their freshman second baseman. He hit that double down the line to get things started today. Runners on every base for Illinois State with 2 outs in the second. The pitch from Obermuller. That's high, ball 1. Hawks lead at 3-1. Who would have thought this would have been a high-scoring affair? It's shaping up to be that way.
Wouldn't mind seeing DeRiggi shade a step at the line again.
Right, he's playing well off the bag at first. Obermuller misfiring again, and it's 2-0. I hear what you're saying. If you pull DeRiggi over towards the line a bit more, that's where Robinson hit it the last time.
Well, and Cade's got a little more velocity than Langenberg, and he's kind of working that outside part of the plate, too.
There's a strike on the outside corner. It's 2-1.
You've got Hendo, who's probably pretty close to ready down in the bullpen just in case, but hopefully Cade finishes this up and Hawks can stick to the script.
Yeah, stay on schedule. Here comes the 2-1. Inside corner, called strike, 2-2.
Robinson looks down like he's surprised, but that ball's right across the inside portion of the plate. And Obermueller has a chance to bail himself out.
Iowa fans offering their support to Cade on the mound. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with the bases loaded. Obermueller is ready, feels it, deals it, high and out. Ball 3. Runners will be going on the pitch.
I think those are the ones that are hard to, that's just, the big misses are the ones that are just hard to deal with. You're not really throwing a competitive pitch. So you want to see him be around the zone, even if he's going to be a little wild.
This one's fouled off to the right side. He threw a strike there, but a good battle from Robinson to get a piece of it. We'll do it again with a full count.
And Cade gets so much movement, even on his fastball there. That's got a ton of break to it. Run, I guess you want to call it. He's not throwing a breaking ball, but it's not the easiest thing to control in these windy days. But if he's going to pitch in the north, that's kind of some of the things you got to learn.
3-2 is way high and out. That's ball 4, and walked in a run. It's 3-2.
We'll see. Coach sticks to the lefty versus lefty matchup, or if he goes ahead and makes a change.
Center fielder Augie Rasmussen.
We'll see Rasmussen now hit that sharp single to center his last time up that drove in Robinson. Bases still loaded for Illinois State. Iowa's lead cut to 3-2 now with 2 outs in the second. Lefty on lefty matchup. Obermueller's first pitch fouled sharply back to the screen. Good start from Cade.
Good job there. Fastball upper middle of part of the plate.
Rasmussen towards the top of their team in batting average with 300. Here's the 0-1. Inside, almost hit him. That was close. 1-1.
Well, and Rasmussen slugs .569 as well. 9 home runs, 12 doubles. So, friendly wind here as well. So
he's got the most extra base hits on the team, even more than Pacella, who has the most home runs. But Rasmussen, probably their best hitter, as this one is sliced foul into the seats over the Illinois State dugout to the left. It's 1-2.
So now, again, if Cade goes on a trying to go on a fishing trip here, Cade Moss is going to have to do a good job behind the plate to make sure he can block any sort of slider or breaking ball that gets outside.
Here's the 1-2, hit in the air to right, tailing, and thankfully it'll go foul into the Iowa bullpen. It carried out of the stadium, but the wind guided it foul. He went with that breaking ball, middle and low.
I got it. It was a weird contact, too. It really didn't barrel up on that one, but obviously, again, it's going to carry a long ways going that direction.
Cade's ready with the 1-2. Moss is set up outside. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high pitch out of the zone. Rasmussen couldn't resist, like another round of cookies baked by his mom. All right, that'll do it for the second. Hawks lead at 3-2. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
All right, Illinois State gets one back. It's now 3-2 in the bottom of the second. Iowa with the lead. That inning could have been a lot more trouble than it turned out being. So Illinois State, they leave the bases loaded. They do get one. We'll see Honar, Seegers, and Moss due up here in the bottom of the second. Slower game today, John. There's just been a lot of base runners, a lot of traffic.
Well, yeah, that's you need strikes to kind of speed the game up, and that's not one.
That is not one from Harper, who's still in the game for Illinois State. They're going to try to give him a few more innings than a little bit different plan than Iowa's got going, where the Hawkeyes probably throwing a new pitcher every inning. Got to get these guys some work. It just didn't play enough games this weekend. That's another part of it. As Honar watches this go by for a strike, 1-1.
And this is a good win for Honar, too. And it'd be nice for him to kind of get back to his good swing and groove.
Foul tips the 1-1. Deflects off of Don Umland behind the plate. And he's going to have to walk it off. It's 1-2. Just go back to Iowa's pitching for a second. You know, we've got basically 3 weeks left until we get to postseason play, hopefully multiple rounds of the postseason, Big Ten tournament, NCAA tournament. From the pitching side of things, there's a lot of pressure on those relievers, in my opinion, to come in and do a great job and prove that the coaches can trust you.
Well, exactly. And you saw that last year.
1-2 is swung on and missed by Honar. He's out number one.
You saw that last year in the Big Ten tournament, especially when you lose the first game. You know, now all of a sudden you're playing multiple games. You know, your innings start to rack up, and you know, Brody Breck ends up making his first career start last year in an elimination game because, you know, I don't want to say ran out of arms, because there's a lot of good quality guys, but you didn't have guys that had thrown a lot before that.
Here's Michael Seegers, squares to bunt, and he foul-tipped it into the glove to get started off with a strike there.
And so that's what you'd like to see these guys be able to get innings and get work in games that matter, so that when you ratchet up the heat a little bit. Ooh.
That one looked good. Looked like it dropped in, but it was ruled high, ball one.
Don blinked.
Yeah, Don blinked on that, I think.
But, you know, you want to make sure you've got as many guys that have kind of seen what it looks like on the field.
1-1 is hit on the ground to the left side and through into left field. That's a base hit for Michael Seegers here in the second.
That is the only way you're going to get a hit to left field, is by grounding it through. Any ball that's in the air is going to be a pop-up to somebody. But, you know, that's just, you know, you're going to want guys that you know can go out there and get you an out here or 2 outs here. And, you know, Iowa's had a lot of guys that have shown that, but they've also had enough guys now that show, hey, I might spray it around a little. And so you just kind of, you know, your circle of trust, you want to be as big as possible. But
Seegers takes off on the first pitch, and the throw down bounces off the mound and has no chance to get Michael at second. Another stolen base for Seegers, tied with the team lead now at 11.
Oh, whoa, don't sell Sammy short. He's got 12.
Oh, Petey. Where's Petey at? Petey's got 12.
But the Hawks do have 3 guys in double digits now, which is kind of nice.
That's a great stat. We'll circle back to that. Here's a ground ball to the left side again. This is scooped up by the third baseman, Nichols. He'll throw it across to Kubo to retire Moss. No advancement for Seegers to second. How can Peterson have the most stolen bases? He's played about 10 less games than Huckstorf and Seegers.
Petey's quick.
Petey's got speed.
Petey's got speed. You know, it cost him, the injury cost him some home runs, so he got some walk and hit by pitches, so he had a chance to steal some bases that way.
All right, back to the top with Wilmus. Runner at second and 2 outs. First pitch to Ben is low. Sharp breaking ball, and Wilmus with that plate discipline didn't go after it.
Well, that's it. You know, right now, stay off anything that's breaking. Don't go chasing it. Don't help him by swinging at a ball out of the zone or barely out of the zone.
Harper's 1-0 delivery. Ben thought it hit him.
Wow.
He was ready to walk to first base, but no sign from Umland. It is a ball, 2-0. Here's the pitch. That's high, ball 3. That came in here pretty hot, but missed the zone. Seegers has a great lead at second. He'd be going on contact with 2 outs. Keaton Anthony's on deck. Wouldn't mind seeing him in the box with a couple of runners on. Iowa 3, Illinois State 2 in the bottom of the second. That's downstairs, a 4-pitch walk for Wilmus. He draws his second of the day.
Yeah, so it just took Ben 2 more pitches to get to take first base, and then he thought it was he was going to get there. But this is a Keaton win. You know, it's not quite as easy as it is for DeRiggi to hit it that way, but it's a direction that Keaton goes pretty well. Although I'm not sure to right center it'll carry. I think you got to get it all the way to right field for it to really carry.
Really got to throw it over there. 2 outs, 2 on for Anthony. First pitch on its way. That's low and out, ball 1. Keaton leading the team in batting average, .396. He's got 22 doubles and 9 home runs.
What was it, 5 for 6 in that first game of the doubleheader? And
incredible.
Just, and then got hit twice in the in the nightcap. But
the 1-0 hit on the ground and just foul. Down the line at third. That one would have been extra bases for Keaton and brought home a couple of runs, but just past the bag foul.
Well, and it's a game of inches. You know, that ball stays fair in the first inning for Illinois State. They end up scoring a run. Ball trickles just foul on Iowa's end of it and stops 2 runs from scoring.
Keaton's in the box, the 1-1, well outside, ball 2. Anthony also walked and scored in the first. Scored on the home run from Brennan DeRiggi, who is in the on-deck circle. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs for Anthony. Runners at first and second. Iowa leading 3-2. They'll try a pickoff move to second. Not quite in time. Seegers was all over it, and he dives back in.
Really good pickoff throw, though, right on the spot. And the tag was right there. Seegers was just too quick back to the bag.
Wynn continuing to whip to right. Here's the 2-1. Slapped foul over DeRiggi's head in the on-deck circle, 2-2. That's a good pitch there from Harper. Not much that Anthony could do with that.
It really was. I was kind of looking for that fastball away, thinking if Keaton could drive one, and that ball was really well placed away. It really dotted the outside part of the plate. Not really a pitch he could get elevated and drive.
Here's the 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. The shortstop's got it. He'll flip it to second for the force out. And that'll do it for this inning. Iowa 3, Illinois State 2. We'll take you to the third right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
At MidAmerican Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
Now pitching for the Hawkeyes, number 41, Chaz Wheatley.
New pitcher into the game for Iowa, enters in the third. Right-hander from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. We'll see Chaz Wheatley come in with the Hawks leading 3-2.
Appearance number 11 for Chaz. He has a .216 ERA on the season, 8 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. Just 2 of those were earned, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just .219 against Chaz.
Saw him briefly in the game against Penn State. He's earned some weekend times, done a nice job. Kind of picking up on our conversation from the last inning. Guys like Wheatley and Savory, I know I've said this a couple of times, but were pitchers that did not travel the first couple of weekends, and now all of a sudden probably going to be relying on them down the home stretch here and as we get into the postseason because they've earned it.
Well, and you've seen Sav kind of carve out a role for himself of, you know, that long relief kind of first guy in after a starter, and you know, Chaz has been able to come get an inning and close people down. Pitch 2 here.
Here's a high chopper up the middle. Honar backhands it. Going to have to hurry. The throw to first is in time to get Kubo on one pitch.
And it's not easy to get a ball over Chaz's head on the mound, so that was definitely a high chopper.
Chaz is 6'6". and that one bounced high off the turf.
So I don't know that you were involved in it. I got roped into a contest, or I was roped into a judge of my man Jared Simpson versus Chaz Wheatley of a one-on-one basketball game.
Ooh.
And I'm like, ooh, man, that's tough.
Wheatley goes with a strike to Pasella. This is a good matchup here. Pacella's got the power for Illinois State. But
when I asked Chaz, I'm like, now wait a second. I said, Canada, you got to be a hockey guy. He's like, I was, but I also played some basketball.
This one floats outside for a ball.
Jerry had his strategy down, and like, okay. I said, but Chaz, I said, I can't vote for you until I really see it. I got to see some activity. So somewhere in there, we're going to start seeing a little one-on-one action from the guys, just to kind of narrow it up. Uh-oh.
This one's driven to center. Huxdorf looks like he's underneath it. And he'll peek up and grab it for the second out. I'm with you, John. That one off the bat looked pretty good.
Well, the good news is, and we kind of talked about it when Keaton was up, any ball hit to the left of the 374 sign, I think, is basically going to get eaten up by the wind. That ball left the bat at 102, but right into that breeze, headed straight to center field. It's just not going to carry.
So far, so good from Wheatley. 2 outs. Nice start. Goes with the sharp breaking ball on the inside corner to Morris, and that's a strike.
And that's what you want to see. You want to earn the coach's trust. Come in and dominate the strike zone.
Goes outside with the slider there.
Because of course he did. I said come in and dominate the strike zone.
We'll see if Morris would go after it. If he throws that for a fastball, probably catches the outside corner, but it really sailed over there to the opposite batter's box. The 1-0 is popped up. This will get fouling out of play over to the right. 1-2.
So yeah, that basketball conversation is the things you do when you basically get 2 days of baseball washed out. We had a long day Friday and a long day Sunday.
1-2, another foul ball to the right side. I like Jared Simpson quite a bit, but I think I'd have to go Chaz in that.
Jared's claiming heavy athleticism that he can dunk a basketball. So he basically just said, I'm gonna back Chaz down. I'm gonna dunk over him.
Wow. Okay. The 1-2 is hit on the ground. Chopper to Seegers at short. He'll pick it up, he'll step, he'll throw. 3 up, 3 down for Illinois State in the third. Good job, Chaz Wheatley. I'm taking Wheatley in the basketball one-on-one against Simpson.
I like it.
All right, bottom of the third coming up. Hawks lead at 3-2. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
To find an agent near you, visit shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
John Evans and John Leo in the broadcast booth at Duane Banks Field this afternoon. Iowa leading Illinois State 3-2 in the bottom of the third. And it'll be DeRiggi, Tello, and Peterson due up for the black and gold in this half inning. We're back home this weekend hosting Ohio State. The Buckeyes come to town for a 3-game set beginning on Friday, 6:05 first pitch. It is Fireworks Friday here at Banks. Come out and join us for what is fixing up to be a really nice night in Iowa City. Good weather this weekend, too. So looking forward to seeing all the black and gold in the stands as we host Ohio State. We do not have a midweek next week due to finals week, but we'll host Michigan State, who's second in the Big Ten right now. The Spartans come to town next weekend, the 12th, 13th, and 14th. So come on out to Duane Banks for the next couple of weekends. You'll see some high-level baseball. DeRiggi's in the box, 1 ball and 1 strike. This one's lined into center. Base hit for DeRiggi. He's on for the second time today. He hit that 3-run home run in the first, and now he's doubled up now with a single. And he'll stand at first base for Raider Tello. That Michigan State series on Sunday, May 14th, that's Mother's Day, so bring your mom on out to the stadium. That's in a couple of weekends from now. Here is Tello. He struck out his first time up, lays off the slider this time. Raider chased a couple of pitches in that first at bat, which is a little bit uncharacteristic of his hitting style, as the 1-0 catches the outside corner 1-1.
Sorry, I got distracted there by hassling Bailey Ortega on her first pitch today.
I saw that. Was she kind to you?
She claims that if she had warm-ups, she could have been up in the 50s.
In the 50s, all right.
TrackMan, I told her, I said, TrackMan's not backing up your claim right now.
Yeah, TrackMan, the analytics computer that we have up here, didn't register a speed. Maybe it was outside of the zone. It looked okay.
It looked like a good zone.
Tello drives this foul over there to the right side, 1-2.
I think the problem was more speed.
More speed.
So she said she's going to work on it. I said, I got to see the numbers I got to see it to believe it.
Yes, we'll give it another shot. Volleyball season coming up in the fall. Waiting on the 1-2 pitch to Tello. The Golden Hawkeyes last night, celebrating the Iowa student athletes. Bailey was the hostess of that. Kind of got things going in that ceremony. Here's a chopper up the middle, double trouble. Second baseman will pick it up. That's Robinson. He'll step on the bag himself, throw it over to first. Tello grounds into the double play.
They really had him pinched up the middle there, so second baseman or the shortstop could have come up with it. Second baseman Robinson, good play as he comes across. Doesn't rush it. He knew he had plenty of time as he hit the bag, cleared the bag, and got his feet set and made a good throw.
All right, that'll bring up Sam Peterson. He also struck out back in the first. Petey with a .324 average, got 6 home runs. First pitch to him, looked like it hit him.
I think it hit the end of the bat.
It bounced off something and then ricocheted off Woltman's glove, his catcher's mitt. It's been called a ball, John, but I'm with you. I thought that might have hit the end of the bat. Here comes the 1-0. It's lined right to the shortstop. Oh, he dropped it. And Peterson around first. He's headed for second. Shortstop doesn't hustle after it, and then Peterson goes back to first base. Oh, I thought Petey could have taken second there.
He could have, and especially then when you see kind of what happened with the throw, kind of the results-oriented. But maybe he wants to get the lead back, extend the lead on stolen bases.
Yeah, there you go. Petey's got 12 on the season. He stands there at first now for Kyle Huckstorf. That'll be an E6 for Illinois State, and that's Chang out there at short. I remember when we played them earlier in the season, he was really struggling with the errors. His fielding percentage is going to drop now from .884. So another error for Chang at short. I think what happened to him is he jumped because he thought it was going to be higher, and the ball got knocked down by the wind, and he mistimed his jump.
Well, yeah, there was no reason to jump for it, and he kind of threw off all of his timing and where it hit then.
Oh, Petey was leaning to second. A snap, pickoff move over to first. He's quick as a cat there for Peterson. He gets back. 2 outs in the inning for Kyle Huckstorf. He's still waiting for the first pitch. I think Petey's going. And so does Illinois State as they throw it over a third time.
Yeah, Major League Baseball now, he'd get second base.
Yeah. I'm all right with that rule not being to college yet. Petey takes off. The pitch is low and outside. Throw down is through into shallow center. Second baseman Robinson tried to put on the tag, but he never saw it all the way into the glove. The shortstop Chang throws it back into second base. It went off the back of Petey's head. He's taking a beating.
Oh, yeah, that was interesting as he just kind of flipped it to the second baseman who was covering, but second baseman wasn't really paying any attention, and Petey was in the way and catches it in the back of the nugget.
1-0 pitch to Huck. That catches the outside corner, 1-1. That's the 13th stolen base of the season for Peterson, extending his team lead. I'm not going to forget that now. The Hawks lead at 3-2 in the bottom of the third. A ball and a strike to Huckstorf. Ground ball right side. Robinson's ready for it. He's got it. The throw to first is in the dirt, but picked nicely from Kubo, and that'll do it. We've played 3 here at Banks. Hawks lead at 3-2. Back after this. This is Iowa Baseball from Learfield.
Ooh, got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Ah, hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
The Hawkeyes will turn to a new pitcher in the top of the fourth, but first let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Baseball. All right, new pitcher into the game for the Hawkeyes, the sophomore right-hander from Ankeny, Brody Brecht. How often do you see him pitching in the midweek? Not very.
And not this year, as this will be his first relief appearance after 11 starts. He's 3-2 on the season, .435 ERA, 49 2/3 innings, 27 hits, 24 runs. They've all been earned. Trouble spot's been the 44 walks, paired up with 77 strikeouts.
Wow.
Opponents hitting just 160 against him, but again, the problem's been for Brody, the wildness, and it really bit him in the start in game 1 against Penn State, and had kind of a rough outing his last 3 outings. He kind of cruised through Minnesota for 4 innings and then ran into trouble in the 5th, and then since then he's had some bumpy roads. So hopefully he can kind of work something out against some live hitting today and be all set for a good start Friday.
Yeah, like Ty, this won't change anything for the weekend. Brecht started game 1 of the doubleheader on Saturday at Penn State, made Kyle Hannon, their leadoff hitter, look absolutely silly with a fastball, slider, 3 pitches, and a strikeout for Brecht, but then he would walk the next 4, and that put the Hawks in a bit of a tough spot. Brody did not make it out of the first inning on Saturday against Penn State. Iowa would end up winning the game, coming back and picking up Brecht. And so let's see what Brody's got up his sleeve today. First pitch to Greg Nichols is outside for a ball. And wholesale, fully respecting our opponent here, but this is an opportunity for Brody to get right.
Right. Brody's, it's not a commentary on he's better than this midweek team. Brody's better than most every team we're going to play when he's on. It's just he's got to find it and get tuned in here, and there we go. Breaking ball across for a strike, 87 miles an hour there. But I mean, that's just the idea of Brody has pretty high level aspirations, and so to get there, he's just got to continue to develop. And
here's a ground ball to the right side. Honar will pick it out of the turf, throw it over to DeRiggi. And it's a good start for Brody to get that out.
Yeah, I got behind there, threw a couple balls with the fastball, but got his breaking ball across, and that's kind of what you've seen out of some of the starts. And so, he's going to have to do a better job of locating that fastball, especially early in the count, because we've seen kind of when hitters can start to lean and trust that you're not going to be able to throw the fastball for a strike. There we go.
There is one on the outside corner, pushing triple digits.
If you can't, then all of a sudden your breaking ball becomes more predictable and a little easier for them to hit.
Chang will watch this go by outside. Slider there just off the plate, 1-1.
That's a good pitch after you've thrown that fastball for a strike. Maybe you get a chase. Didn't work that time.
Fastball's low and out, ball 2. Chang walked his last time up. Brody working quickly on the mound today. Here's the 2-1. There's a nice off-speed 2-2.
Yeah, that's you just want to just see him. When Brody's good, he's got just a smooth delivery. Ball pops out of his hand.
2-2 is rocketed foul on the ground to the right side. Cheng was late on it.
Well, you'd be late on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball too.
Yes.
We can probably we've got the story we've got to discuss about you and Brody, but we can let it go for just a little bit longer here.
Might have to pocket that one for Friday, huh? Here comes the 2-2 from Brecht. Ground ball again, this time to the left side. Seegers is there. He'll step, he'll throw, 2 down.
Good job again from Brody. Battled back, got behind, but then snapped across the good breaking ball. Now, what he's going to have to be careful about is, you start getting into a pattern of, okay, I'm behind, and then I kind of throw that little bit of a get-me-over breaking ball, and all of a sudden somebody can anticipate it, turn on it, and pound it. Maybe not as big of a problem today with the wind blowing the way it is, although it's starting to lay down a little bit.
Yeah, you don't feel it as much. Here's a first pitch strike to Luke Lawrence. Lawrence, a left-handed hitter. I think we can tell with Brody the past couple of weeks, his off-speed, his slider has been better than the fastball. This is fisted to Seegers at short in the air. Michael will make the catch. And that'll do it for the top of the fourth. 3 up, 3 down. Good job, Brody Brecht.
You got the guys in the on-deck circle going, phew, I'm glad we don't have to face him next inning.
Yeah, thrilled with that. It was the bottom of the order, and Woltman's probably thinking, all right, I'm good with that. 1-2-3, Illinois State goes down in the fourth. Hawks lead at 3-2. Try to add to it right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong Team, Wisconsin Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong Team, Wisconsin Realty, for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
7, 8, 9, Honar, Seegers, and Moss due up for the black and gold in the bottom of the fourth, clinging to a 1-run lead. It's 3-2. Now would be a good time for some extra runs here to cushion our lead a bit, John.
Well, Harper now at 54 pitches. This is deep for what when the guy's thrown 26 innings on the season and with 10 appearances. He probably hasn't gone into the 60 pitch range very often, so you'd like to think that this is a spot where Iowa could again be patient, be disciplined at the plate, and see if you can draw it up, because I don't see anybody in the bullpen down there for them.
Still letting him go. And what's interesting is statistically, okay, he's made 10 appearances, 6 starts. And those low innings, there's 26 innings, right, coming into the game. So even with 6 starts, that's only 26. Because if you said, okay, he's got a couple of starts, but they're mainly relief appearances, you can understand why he has such limited innings worked. But these are a majority of his appearances are starts, and there's still 26 innings.
Right. You're going to figure that he's thrown 3 innings in those. That gets you to 18. Maybe 2 innings into the other ones. Maybe 4 innings in some of those. But again, this is as deep as he's probably gone in most of the games.
Well, let's help him out of the game and get Sam Honar on base. He's in the box with a 3-1 count, drives it to right. This will carry well. Get going, baby. It is gone. Sam Honar out to right. Boom.
Caught the high fastball on the inside part of the plate, sent it out at 100 miles an hour, 391 over the right field wall. And the Hawks now have 2.
There's 2. John and I played a little game before. We said, there'll be a few home runs today. And you did set that number at 3.5. We're halfway there.
Halfway there. There's at least one guy left there that I think is a pretty easy pick, and there's no reason DeRiggi or somebody can't do it twice too.
Right.
So
4-2, Hawks lead in the fourth. Here is Seegers. First pitch, fastball strike on the outside corner. If we see Michael take 1 yard today, that might tip the scales over towards the over, John.
Well, Michael doesn't.
Well, he rips this on the ground, base hit into left, in between short and third. Michael with another hard hit single.
Same thing he did his last at bat. Yeah, Michael doesn't elevate the ball to right field to get that. He tends to pull the ball in the air or hit line drives to right field, so he's not going to get a bunch of help. Same with Cade Moss here. When he hits the ball hard, he doesn't really elevate it to right. And that's funny. You can see how hard and what direction the wind's blowing just based on where the center fielder is playing every batter.
Well, we talked earlier. I talked with Coach Heller before our interview, and he said, John, I don't think Jake Adams could hit one out to left today. He might be the only guy I can think of that could hit one out to left. Now, if Jake Adams can't hit one out to left, then forget about it. Nobody can.
Exactly. Don't be surprised. They're checking on Seegers again. Don't be surprised if he's on the move. Hawks really haven't shown any restraint in trying to steal on this catcher.
Moss will watch the first one go by for a strike. Low outside corner. That's a good spot there from Harper. And we've seen Iowa run on kind of off counts, something like this in this situation.
Right, and it's a little bit now of, okay, he showed the fastball. He's probably coming back to breaking ball. Good pitch to run on. You're going to get that little bit of an extra beat of an advantage if you're Seegers. And so if he can get a good jump on the breaking ball, and maybe Cade will be swinging the bat, you could see a little hit and run action too.
Fastball high and out to Moss. 1-1 now.
A little bit of a mini pitch out there.
I think so too. I don't know if it was by design, but I'll give him credit for it.
Certainly looked like he was set up outside and then just hit up high.
Seegers practicing his head-first slide. He's getting a lot of work at it today. He's back in there at first.
Because Harper's tendency is to throw a lot of breaking stuff with runners on base. And
there goes Michael. The pitch is outside, called a strike. Throw is high down to second, and Seegers is there for another stolen base.
The Hawks have 3 now on the day, and that's really the one was kind of close with Petey, but the other 2 for Seegers weren't particularly close.
So now Michael's in scoring position with nobody out.
See if Cade can at least move him up, poke one to the right side and move him along.
Choked up on the bat and crowding the plate as well as this one drifts outside. Ball 2. Go to the top of the order with Wilmus in the on-deck circle over there to the right.
Yeah, you go ahead and sit on top of the plate here. See if he can bust you inside, more power to him. But if he throws the breaking ball.
Michael takes off for third. A swing and a miss by Moss. He's out. The throw down is well late. And so, well, Seegers gets to third in maybe a different way than we were thinking, but we'll take that. Well, unfortunate for Moss.
Just a terrible job of holding there from Harper as Seegers basically just kept moving until he stopped him, and he kind of had a read. He kept moving, and Harper never looked back, and so Seegers didn't stop and just kept right on trucking. Unfortunately, sometimes that can throw off the hitter too as he's looking out there and sees all the extra action, but.
Here is Wilmus. That's low and outside. Great block by Woltman right there, their catcher.
Yeah, that was an outstanding play to keep that ball right around home plate area there and not skip past.
Wilmus has been a menace today. He's gotten on a couple of times, both by the walk, and he's on his way there. If he sees a couple more out of the zone, 2-0.
Wilmus is a menace is a statement you've repeated regularly this season, and for good reason.
Only in the batter's box, because you and I both know that Ben is not anywhere close to Dennis the Menace outside of the white lines. Fouls one off there, 2-1.
Ben is a good human being, so he's certainly got that going for him.
He squares to bunt, has to pull it back. That one went above his eyes. Ball 3. Coach Heller way down the line at third, way out of the coach's box, standing in the sun, giving some signs to Seegers and Wilmus. Seegers has to turn fully around to look at Coach. Here's the 3-1. It's bunted right in front of the plate. Here comes Seegers. He'll score. The throw down to first gets Wilmus, but a great job. An all-time team move right there. Hawks lead at 5-2 on the bunt from Wilmus.
Good sacrifice bunt there on the squeeze. Catcher came out and made the play, so no chance of getting Seegers at the plate. Interesting decision from the catcher to go get it. Pitcher was right there. But really conceded the run by going out and making the play, and then had to make a good throw down to first, which he did to get Wilmus.
Brings up Anthony. Watch that one go by for a strike. Oh, boy, I don't think we've ever seen Keaton not swing at that one.
Breaking ball center there that he takes. He'll get back on this one.
This is a ground ball just foul down the third baseline.
Second time Keaton's done that right down the line, just a foot or so foul.
Illinois State is respecting Keaton's pull ability. This is their left fielder, Pasella, out there. He's playing where left fielders traditionally play, as the 0-2 is popped up deep and foul to the right side. All day today, they've been in that alley in left center, the left fielder.
Well, the kicker is, there's still a huge gap for Keaton to hit it into there in left center, because the center fielder shifted well to the right field side.
The 0-2 hit in the air deep to center. This one's carrying well. Back towards the track, towards the wall. Caught on the run by Rasmussen. Man, what a play.
No chance there. I mean, again, 104 coming off the bat, but just in that direction with this wind, Jake Adams isn't going to hit one out going that side.
And I guess neither is Keaton Anthony unless he takes it to right. He really gave that one a ride. If it's maybe the Maryland series, that's way out of here. If it's any other series, it's way gone. All right, that'll do it for the fourth. Hawks add a couple more, lead at 5-2. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Ooh, got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Oh, hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Here's an easy pill to swallow. Right now, earn a 5-cent fuel saver on every prescription you fill at your Hy-Vee pharmacy. That's 5 cents off per gallon of gas for each prescription filled at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to fill your prescriptions. Just call or stop by your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and let us handle the rest. You can also fill online or use the mobile app. Fill a prescription and start earning today. Some restrictions apply. See your pharmacy or Hy-Vee.com for details.
John Evans and John Leo at Duane Banks Field. Top of the fifth inning here in Iowa City. Hawks lead at 5-2. Back to the bullpen we go. Redshirt sophomore right-hander Zach Volker is into the game.
Zach is 4-1 on the season with a save. Appearance number 12 now. 5.45 ERA, 38 innings, 33 hits, 23 runs, which have all been earned. 19 walks, 29 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .237. Have kind of got him hit around a little bit. 14 extra base hits allowed, 9 doubles, 2 triples, and 3 home runs. And Zach's been just trying to find his form here lately. So hopefully he kind of comes in, throws some strikes here, and reestablishes his dominance of the strike zone. Early in the year, I think it was 3-4 weeks before he walked his first hitter. I think it was Texas Tech series before he walked a guy and had thrown quite a few innings at that point. So
Zach's another one of those guys like we've talked about today. He's got the stuff. He's been a really valuable piece out of the bullpen. Just continue to prove to the coaching staff that, you deserve the innings and that they can trust you. And let's see how Volker does today against Illinois State. 9-1-2. It'll be Woltman first. This is a pop-up left side. It'll move back towards the middle of the field. Seegers giving chase. He's near the bag at second, and he's got it. Wow.
He started to take off toward left field and then realized where the ball was going to blow, basically vectored 45 degrees forward and then just let it come back to him. So, but Zach's a guy, if the Hawks want to make noise in the Big Ten tournament, if they want to make noise in the regionals, Zach's an arm they're gonna need, and they're gonna need good quality stuff out of him because that's just how they're gonna get there.
Good start against Robinson with a breaking ball on the outside corner. I know he's just a redshirt sophomore, but he just has that veteran presence, though, don't you think, John?
Absolutely.
0-1 pitch, floats a bit outside, 1-1.
Except for when he left his wallet on the bus, headed to Texas that first time.
That part, yeah, that was a little bit of a freshman moment. We got a couple of guys that have made some freshman moments this year. Here's the 1-1 from Volker. Line drive, that's a base hit into the corner and left. This will be trouble. Robinson rounds first, heads for second. Wilmus will pick it up and get it in. And Robinson's got another double today, this one coming in the fifth.
That one was pretty solid and legit, 106 off the bat. And, again, anything you elevate going that way isn't going to go anywhere, but you hit a good sharp line like that. Ball scooted out there. Wilmus had him kind of shaded into a normal left field position and ripped it right, wasn't right down the line, but a little closer to the line, was able to scoot past. He hit it so hard.
That one was middle up. Not sure if Volker meant to do that. Robinson made him pay a bit there as Rasmussen's in the box. First one is hit foul to the left side. The sun beginning to set a bit in Iowa City. The mound is in the sunshine. The home plate is in the shade, and the shadows cut that distance in half as it stands right now. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Volker. Line drive into right. That's a base hit. Peterson picks it up on a hop. They're going to hold Robinson. The throw comes all the way home. Moss will throw it to second to try to get the runner there, and he's safe. Didn't hit the cutoff there, and now Illinois State's got two in scoring position.
Yep, you hit that exactly right. And that was, you kind of wondered. Petey hasn't really uncorked one since he came back from the hand injury, but boy, what a great throw. But to your point, a little too high. And a good base running there as it was well read and knew he could go ahead and take it as Rasmussen just kept right on going. And big spot here because you've got now, not a power hitter here, but you got a power hitter standing on deck.
And that double play's gone with the throw, right? Here is Kubo. First pitch, line drive, base hit into center. One run is in, another one will come home, and it's 5-4. Iowa's lead down to 1 now as they've hit 3 base hits in a row.
That's a good pitch there. That one was 84 down at the bottom of the strike zone, but just sent right back up the middle. And now, so you got to be careful here. You've got the guy with 13 home runs, a favorable wind, and 3 straight guys have kind of tattooed the barrel of the bat.
Feel for Volker. It's 5-4 Hawks in the fifth. First pitch to Pasella is low and out, ball 1. Runner at first is Kubo. Kubo with his 31st RBI of the season. This one's on the ground, left side. Seegers dives, makes the play. He'll throw to first. It's going to be late, but a great diving play by Michael to keep it on the infield. It'll go down, though, as another hit. That's 4 in a row for Illinois State.
Yeah, Hawks had him shaded to pull. He kind of just fisted it out there and sliced it away from Siegs, who did a great job to go get it, but had no real play at first base. Had no play at all at second base and no real play at first, but he made a good effort to try to throw it down there. See if Volk can work his way out of this.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have the opportunity to do that as Coach Heller is out of the bullpen. Coach talked about having to go maybe to a Jacob Henderson type to come put out a fire in this game, and it looks like that will be the move as Henderson is coming into the game. That'll do it for Zach Volker. Maybe through too many strikes, Illinois State put a couple of hits together. We'll take a pitching change break. The Redbirds have runners at first and second with 1 out in the fifth. Iowa leading 5-4. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
At US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness. Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
Iowa turns to the bullpen in the middle of the 5th inning, leading Illinois State 5-4. The Redbirds continuing to threaten in this inning after pushing across a couple of runs already. So Iowa will go with Jacob Henderson, the right-hander from Gilbert, Arizona.
The Fireman's 2-1 on the year, 7.82 ERA, 12 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 11 runs. They've all been earned, 9 walks, 18 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just 234 off Jacob, but had a little bit of an up and down year. Started rough, found a really good patch where he was almost unhittable there in the middle of the year, and struggled just a little bit with control and missing the barrel of the bat too. So we'll see if he can put it in here. He's a good guy to get a strikeout against this right-handed hitter.
We'll see Judah Morris in the box. Iowa up by 1, currently being out-hit by Illinois State 6-5, but the Hawks in front in the category that counts right now, 5-4. Runners at first and second with 1 out in the top of the 5th. Morris takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner. Good pitch from Henderson. He's ready with the 0-1. Here it comes. Popped up. Lazy fly ball to left. Could be a little bit of trouble. 3 Hawkeyes come together. It's Wilmus who will call everybody off near the line, and that's 2 down.
And that's exactly what we talked about early in the game. Nobody can give up on that. You saw Tello sprinting straight back. Seager's doing a nice job of figuring if that ball blows back, it's going to be an easy ball for him to catch. Easiest ball for Wilmus to just come straight in and catch it and allow it to blow into him as they get it done. And now 2 outs here in the 5th inning as the Hawks look to close it down.
The batter is Nichols. Henderson with the pause, the pitch way inside.
And Nichols has some pop too, 18 extra base hits.
Anybody with moderate pop today from the left-handed side has a chance, right? That's what you're kind of getting at, isn't
it? Correct. 12 doubles, 6 home runs.
1 ball, no strikes with 2 outs. Pickoff move to second. The throw almost got the runner there. He didn't even slide. That's Kubo out there.
Great pickoff throw right on the spot. You're kind of planning on the guy sliding. Unfortunately, he almost knocked Seegers over, and the ball would have ended up in center field.
That could have been trouble. Good hang by Michael. We're really shifted over to the right with this guy, and as he hits a ground ball, goes off the runner.
He's out.
And he is out. Vasello was taken off for second. Ground ball hit him right in the foot.
That'll go as a single, but it'll go as a put out. So Hawks get out of the inning on the ground ball base hit.
All right, we'll take that. Illinois State gets 2, though, in the 5th, and they've tightened it up. It's 5-4 Iowa. Bottom of the 5th coming up, DeRiggi, Tello, and Peterson. Sounds like runs. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness. Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4-Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatkirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
Illinois State makes a pitching change as we get to the bottom of the 5th. Iowa 5 and the Redbirds 4. They'll go to a left-hander now, a sophomore from Oviedo, Florida. His last school was Pittsburgh, so he's transferred in. Left-hander Zach Holcomb.
Holcomb's 1-0 on the season with a 4.15 ERA, 4 1/3 innings. He's given up 1 hit, 2 runs. They were both earned, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. His opponent's hitting just .071 against the left-hander. Fastball is going to be about 80 miles an hour. You're going to see a heavy slider and a changeup, as he really has a sling and delivery from that left side. So it'll just be a little bit awkward here for DeRiggi, as the ball's going to basically come right over his shoulder. Not going to be real hard. Not going to intimidate a guy like DeRiggi with velocity, but he's really going to have to stay into it and not pull out early.
We've had a pretty good track record, good percentage here in calling our shot. I don't know if I want to put it on the line here, but if DeRiggi times it up and this guy floats one to him, he'll float it to the parking lot and right.
We just floated the 70-mile-an-hour breaking ball center. Now he's going to start trying to work away a little bit more. But
70's hard to time up, isn't it?
70's really hard. I mean, when you've seen a guy popping in about 90 and all of a sudden you see this curveball at your shoulder that breaks into at 70 miles an hour.
The 1-1, Brennan pulls it. Look out, Mitch Bowe. He'll sidestep that hard foul ball down the line in first. It's 1-2.
And so now you really want to see, Brennan down in the count here, but you really want to see him stay locked in, keep that front shoulder in, because he's going to try to sweep a breaking ball away from you, and if you're going to swing right over the top of it at slow speed, if you're not staying locked over.
Well, he drives it to deep right. Get up, baby. It is gone. He got a hold of that one. Brennan DeRiggi, a solo shot, bomb to right.
Threw the breaking ball out center again. Brennan didn't even get all of that one. That was just 97 miles an hour off the bat, but went 383 over the right field wall. Home run number 2 for Brennan, number 3 for the team. The over's just a home run away from hitting.
That's a nice tally we got going. We're, of course, an off-the-record over that we're discussing a little game that John and I played in pregame where we thought Iowa could hit a few home runs today. DeRiggi with his second of the game. This one comes in the 5th.
Yeah, I don't know if that shows up on any of your favorite sites anywhere. That was just a between us sort of thing.
Yes. Raider Tello's in the box. Iowa back out in front by 2. It's 6-4 in the 5th.
Let's see if Raider can get it going here. He's had a couple of tough at-bats and made good contact the last one, just hit it right at a guy and turned 2 on him. So see if he can find a way here.
Line drive, this one is fair. Oh, that was a fair ball down the line in first, and it was called foul. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man.
What do you think, John? Did I overreact to that one, or do you think that was a fair ball?
Mitch Bowe only briefly said something, and again, it's not anything you can win on an argument, so I'm gonna just go with it was foul, but not by very much.
Tello's back in the box. Here comes the 0-2, way outside. That's a ball.
Our Big Ten Plus buddies are saying it was fair. So
1 ball and 2 strikes to Tello. Here's the pitch. Line drive. This one's a fair ball, but it's picked by the third baseman. He'll throw it across to get the out. Bad luck for Tello today.
100 miles an hour off the bat that time as he got the breaking ball on the inside part of the plate and just ripped it at the third baseman, who made a
that's a good play there by Nichols there at third. The first base umpire is Daniel Grave, and that was a tough call for him because he had to turn fully around. He's straddling the line at first. And a really tough call for him to have to turn around and see where that ball hit directly behind him. So not throwing any shade towards him, just really bang play.
I mean, I can't see it, so.
Here's Peterson quickly down in the count, 0-2, with 1 out in the Hawkeye 5th. Iowa leading 6-4. Here's the 0-2 to Petey, swing and a miss. Peterson's down on strikes for the second time today. That'll bring up Kyle Huckstorf. It's been kind of interesting. The middle of the order, 4, 5, 6 hitless for Iowa. today, 0 for 8.
And that was a well-located fastball there, 78 miles an hour, just really dotted the low outside corner. Huck's hit a couple balls hard, just hasn't had any luck. The catch the right fielder made was kind of a...
Here's one off the end of the bat right to the shortstop. A one-hopper picked up by Chang. Throw to first. That's a better pick by Kubo at first base. DeRiggi does some damage with a solo shot to right. Iowa 6, Illinois State 4. We'll take you to the 6th right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Oakmall, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakmall.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Ah, hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Top of the 6th inning in Iowa City. Hawks up by 2 on the Redbirds of Illinois State. Face the bottom third of the order, Chang, Lawrence, and Woltman. Good to see Henderson back out there and get another inning of work, build his confidence up after he got out of the jam there in the 5th.
Yeah, jump back on the mound here. You know, hopefully just threw 4 pitches to get out of the 5th inning. Throw a clean 6th here and call it a good day.
Don't really have anybody throwing in the Iowa bullpen right now. You got some bodies down there, but that would just lead us to believe that this is Henderson's full inning. He doesn't need to get a couple of batters here or there. He's going to have control the whole way. That was a nice-looking pitch to start off the at-bat to Chang, but it did drop low, ball 1.
Just barely missed with the fastball there. Probably see Jacob start snapping off the breaking stuff again now.
Henderson solely out of the stretch. And there's a swing and miss from the Redbird shortstop. He reached on a walk in the 2nd, grounded out to short in the 4th. Henderson comes set with the 1-1. This is swung on and missed. Good pitch from Jacob there, and it's 1-2.
Just buried that fastball right down on the low inside part. A little below the zone, but just got good movement in it. So just got a little dip to it. Hard to hit.
The 1-2. Ground ball, softly hit to Tello. He picks it up. We'll have play stopped. That's a foul ball. It went off of Chang's foot. That's why it was such a slow roller over there.
Sure, that's what they all say.
Chang will come back into the box. It's a 2-run lead for Iowa right now. It just feels like a little bit more. It does feel like Iowa's in control, but a bloop and a blast, and we could be tied.
Well, Iowa hasn't shut down Illinois State after they've scored yet. Illinois State has responded every time Iowa scored. So you'd really like to see Jacob come in here now and put up a 0, kind of back up your run in the inning, and then get a 0, go score some more.
This one's blooped into shallow center. Honar is already there. He's got it for out number 1. Finally get Chang.
Honar was tracking back there, had to step back as that ball 57 miles an hour coming off the bat. So Hendo did a nice job of kind of fooling him, keeping him off balance.
Right fielder Luke Lawrence is in the box now. Takes that one down Main Street to start his at-bat. Good spot from Henderson there. Lawrence was hit by a pitch in the 2nd. Popped up to Seegers at short in the 4th to end that inning.
Seen Hendo do a really nice job locating the fastball down low in the zone.
Yeah, elevates that one a little bit there, but a swing and a miss. I kind of like that spot. After you start low, you build it back high.
Well, that's and he went outside the zone. You know, he didn't miss over the plate with that. He missed it out to the batter's box, and then was able to get the guy to swing through it.
Now he can go with some junk. Goes back to the fastball there, low and out, and it's fouled off sharply to the left side.
You're seeing Jacob kind of highlight the fastball more than he normally does. I kind of like it because then it's just going to make that breaking ball that much more effective.
I think you make a really good point right there. We've seen Henderson, try to float that breaking ball in there, and it's almost his primary pitch, but today a little bit different. There he goes with one low and out, a swing and a miss, a strikeout for Henderson.
Well, and where he's putting the fastball is really good. I mean, that ball is knee high. It's out away from the hitter. It's over the plate, but it's just going to be a very difficult one to hit. So
far, so good from Henderson. Came in relief in the 5th. He's got the first 2 outs now in the 6th as the sun begins to set in Iowa City. Bottom of the order with Woltman. First pitch just inside. This is Illinois State's catcher, and he's pretty close to the plate there. It was a nice pitch from Henderson, but off the plate inside.
That didn't miss by too much there.
Base is empty with 2 outs. There's one at the letters. That is ball 2.
And again, guy that's 0 for 7 on the season now. Go right back at him. Go battle back and finish up this inning.
2-0 is Choptatello at third. He'll charge it. Backhand throw is accurate. And a 1-2-3 inning. There's your shutdown inning, John, where we don't give up any runs after we score.
Exactly what we needed. And if I'm the head coach there, when I got a guy 0 for 7 and he's got a 2-0 count, he's not swinging at that pitch.
Yeah, well, he put it in play, and a weak ground ball to Tello at third will do it for the top of the 6th. Iowa 6, Illinois State 4. We're back for the bottom half of the inning right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
Bottom of the 6th, Iowa 6, Illinois State 4. And it'll be 7, 8, 9, Honar, Seegers, and Moss due up for the black and gold in this inning. And Honar to lead things off. He did a nice job of that in the 4th with a home run out there to right. Hawks have hit 3 home runs today. Kind of scored. I mean, that's the main method of scoring today, I guess, for Iowa is what I'm getting at. A 3-run home run by DeRiggi, a solo shot from Honar, and another one by DeRiggi.
Yeah, so it was scratched across the 1 run but otherwise using it for power. And some days that happens, and that's this is certainly one of those days where regular hits are going to be a little harder to come by. You'd like to see Iowa kind of get back to stretching hits together, but Illinois State's done a nice job. Other than the first inning, haven't really given up a ton of free bases.
Honar grounds the first pitch he sees foul down the right field line.
It's a long run for John.
That is a long run for...
Something the bullpen's got to help a little.
Yeah, he's just now getting to it out and right. He'll jog it back in.
I'm winded from doing it.
Oh, boy. A 1 pitch to Honar. Outside, ball 1. I'm proud of that moment for Sam right there. He didn't swing at that. He's been, just kind of be a little bit blunt. He's been swinging at that pitch all year. Good for him to lay off there.
Yeah, that's a good fastball on the outside part of the plate. Same pitch there, and Sam holds off again. So good job on both as he tried to double dip there. Honar's now got it in his favor and got a chance to kind of catch that same pitch that DeRiggi hit and send it into the parking lot.
Here's the 2-1. He sends it opposite field and foul into the Illinois State bullpen. And it's 2-2. He missed it, John.
He did. He was, I think he might have been looking a little bit for that breaking ball and instead got the fastball that busted just inside enough that he couldn't get the barrel around.
The 2-2, swing and a miss. 79, it felt like he was a little bit late on it.
Well, and that's, again, I think both times he kind of expected a little bit more of a breaking ball and instead just got the fastball snuck past him because he was looking for something different. And I think that he's been just trying to work the fastball, so you gotta understand how the pitcher's pitching you and make an adjustment there. I know what your plan might have been going in, but he's throwing you 5 straight fastballs.
Goes with a breaking ball. Outside corner for Seegers. Michael has got a couple of hits today. Sharply hit line drives to the left side. He's been able to pull the ball as the 0-1 stays outside to him this time.
I'd love to see him hit one just kind of right over the third baseman's head. He'll get down to second base without having to steal the bag this time.
Right. He does have a couple of stolen bases today. The 1-1, that's inside, ball 2. I'm a little bit surprised that Illinois State's outfield is still playing to the opposite field, to the right side, for a guy like Seegers who has such a quick bat. He could really pull it, especially with it coming in mid to upper 70s. Michael goes opposite field and hits it foul. It's now 2-2.
Well, and think about all the teams that have been playing Siegs to pull, and now you've got just a blatant opposite field. As it says, the 3 stolen bases, Siegs' career high today. First time he's gotten to that number.
Here's a line drive caught by the third baseman, so he won't have an attempt to match that career high.
No, he has the career high now.
Does he?
Yeah.
Because he stole third. That's right.
Yeah, he stole third, so he's already got 3 now, so he's got his career high.
That's right. He doesn't have 2. He's got 3 today. Well, lines out there. Back, and he's at the end of the bat. No balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, the Hawkeye media guy, this is the last time a Hawkeye stole 5 bases, so.
Got some work to do, huh?
Yeah, he's got some work to do.
This one's inside, almost hit Moss.
Not by much.
Yeah, it was close. Cade is very near to the plate.
We saw that this weekend when Sam Peterson kind of leaned over the plate.
1-2 delivery is far outside, 2-2. I know you just put that media guide away, but which team allowed a Hawkeye to steal 5 bases?
It was Purdue. It was a long time ago.
Okay, all right. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The pitch to Moss. He waits for it and flares it into center, but Rasmussen is playing shallow, and he'll grab it for the 3rd out. Iowa goes down 1-2-3 in the 6th. We're reaching the late innings in Iowa City. The 7th coming up. Hawks lead at 6-4. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
An easy pill to swallow? Right now, earn a 5-cent fuel saver on every prescription you fill at your Hy-Vee pharmacy. That's 5 cents off per gallon of gas for each prescription filled at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to fill your prescriptions. Just call or stop by your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and let us handle the rest. You can also fill online or use the mobile app. Fill a prescription and start earning today. Some restrictions apply. See your pharmacy or Hy-Vee.com for details.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skoglund Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4 Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatkirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
Top of the 7th inning in Iowa City. Iowa 6, Illinois State 4. Hawkeyes going to the bullpen again, this time bringing in the redshirt senior from Clinton, the lefty, Jared Simpson.
Simpson's 4-1 on the season. Appearance number 16, 5.67 ERA, 33 and a third innings, 29 hits, 21 runs. They've all been earned. 16 walks, an impressive 51 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .232. Jared has hit 10 batters. He's kind of cleaned it up here in the last couple weeks.
So Simpson will face the top of the order, Robinson, Rasmussen, and Kubo. It'll be 1, 2, 3 for the Redbirds coming to the plate in the 7th, and they've been pretty good. Rasmussen and Robinson each have a couple of hits. Kubo, he's got a single, his last time up in the 5th. So the top of the order has been good for Illinois State, and so Simpson will have to deal it, and I think that's kind of why you go to Jared right now in this stage, matchup-wise.
Yeah, I mean, what you're, in a perfect Hawkeye world here, you're going to see Simpson for an inning, you're going to see Christo for an inning, and you're going to see Louis for an inning, and you can flip your Louis Christo order if you want, but that's probably going to be the last 9 outs of the game for the Hawkeyes if it works out right.
Nice hard fastball from Simpson to get things started to Robinson. Robinson with a couple of doubles, a couple of runs scored, and an RBI today.
He's been really good.
Yeah, we did not see him in the first meeting, and we haven't been able to get him out today. 0-1 from Jared, floats in, called strike. That's a good pitch. 0-2.
Yeah, batting average up to .323 now for Robinson. A little surprised. Look at where the rosin bag is, that they don't have him put that back on the mound.
It's off the mound behind Simpson as the 0-2. Perfect from Jared. He dropped it right in there and caught him looking. Robinson's out number 1.
Off-speed pitch was a beauty and one away.
That's got to feel good on a number of levels for Simpson. 3 pitches, all strikes. You get the leadoff guy. You get the leadoff guy in the inning, and you get their hottest hitter out.
Exactly. Now you got to finish it up with Robinson too. You've got 19 stolen bases here, so he can turn a walk or a single into a double pretty easy. So, and he's also been pretty good with a couple hits. Got his average up to .307.
Redbird's outstanding.
That's a pretty good fastball there.
Yeah, it looked good. It was just outside to Rasmussen. He's their super center fielder. Iowa 6, Illinois State 4 in the 7th. The 1-0 pitch from Simpson. High chopper up over Jared's head. Seeger's charging hard. Picks it. Throw to first. Not in time. Tough play. Infield single there for Rasmussen.
Yeah, you needed Jerry to be Chaz and jump up and grab it. I may have to ask him about that. But
it's going to go into that basketball conversation.
Exactly. If he's going to go up and reverse dunk one, he needs to go up and make that catch and get the guy, because with that type of speed, once it gets over his head, Seegers had no chance to make the play at first.
Here's Kubo, the first baseman.
Huge lead over there.
Giant against a left-hander, too. Simpson will deal it home, and it's called a strike on the outer portion of the plate. Good start for Jared. I like what I've seen from Simpson so far. I know he just gave up that hit, but that's just a good piece of hitting from Rasmussen.
Right. And, yeah, that's the, hey, good for you. You got a good spot. I think now Rasmussen's got a fairly one-way lead. You can see him kind of leaning back to first, but Jared will still have to keep an eye on him.
Here's the 0-1. Dropped it in there for a strike, 0-2. Simpson's been going with the off speed, and it's been high and outside, but in the zone for a strike. I think it's surprising some of these hitters.
Well, and that's, to the leadoff hitter there, he busted the breaking ball back into the middle, and I think just caught him completely off guard. And now we'll see if he comes back with a fastball, or if he wants to stay out there with it.
I think you make a good point there to set up those guys high and outside and then just bring it back in. No balls, 2 strikes with 1 out in the 7th. Hawks are up by 2. Runner at first is Rasmussen. The pitch from Simpson, that's in the dirt. Moss blocked it. Rasmussen takes off. The throw is wide of the bag at second, and so Rasmussen is there.
That's what I was talking about, turning the single into a double, and or turning a walk into a double. And there, ball still hasn't left the infield yet. And speedy guy down at second base, so Illinois State will look to at least cut the Hawk lead in half here.
One out in the inning, looking for Simpson to get a strikeout. Moss set up high and outside. Long pause from Jared, and the pitch. Just outside, ball 2. Not a bad spot there for Simpson, but Kubo's got good discipline.
I like the location there. Just floated it out a little wide. Really want to buckle down here on the 2-2 pitch. No need to let it go any further in the count.
Here's the 2-2. Tapped foul, hit it off the handle into the Illinois State dugout. And, you make a good point there again, John, because Pacella's on deck, and you don't need any more ducks on the pond for him.
No, you might like the lefty-lefty matchup, but you still don't need to test him right now to see if he can find number 14, especially as the go-ahead run.
Another 2-2 delivery. Nope, not quite. They're going to throw it to second. Close play there, but Rasmussen is back.
Actually, might have had him leaning a little bit, at least just on a secondary lead. I don't know that he was going anywhere. Just was about to hop for a second step, and Jared used the inside move and came back to second there.
Simpson from the belt, the 2-2. Lined to the right side, foul into the net, and it'll ricochet all the way back out to the pitcher's mound.
Good at-bat here, kind of big at-bat in the course of the game. You've talked about how it feels like Hawks are in control, but Illinois State came back with 3 in the 8th in the first meeting, and we're kind of sitting in that spot right now.
Haven't been able to pull away yet. Got to hold them as best you can. 2-run lead for Iowa in the 7th. Here comes the 2-2 from Simpson. Line drive, right field. This is foul into the Hawkeye bullpen. Good battle from Kubo. Kubo's a really good hitter. I mean, he has walked 15 times. He's struck out 30, 31 now today, which is a little bit high for the team. It is the 3rd most on the team. Simpson can deal him the nasty stuff he could get him, but Kubo's hanging tough as he causes the Illinois State dugout to flinch over there with a foul ball to the left side.
Jerry's kind of shown him everything. Kubo's shown that he's kind of willing to swing at almost anything now. Really like to see Jerry kind of go back to the fastball, maybe get it up in his eyes where he can't quite get it, and go ahead and maybe get it out of the zone and risk 3-2 to go ahead and get him out here.
Yep. Another pickoff move to second. Honar will grab it and hold on to it. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. That's the count for Kubo, who singled in a couple of runs his last time up in the 5th. Simpson looks in for the sign from Moss, and he's got it. Simpson's 2-2, feels it, deals it. Foul ball. Again to the right side. Heck of a battle between these two.
Kind of did what I was looking for there. Went with the fastball, got it elevated. Not maybe quite as high as I was hoping for, and just barely off the edge of the plate. Almost snuck it by him. And now maybe I try to go ahead and see if you can get that breaking ball back past him again.
Moss setting up a little bit inside. Simpson giving the runner at second a look. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 3.
Actually went ahead and showed fastball again, but didn't give him the competitive one, just missed.
So eventually we got to the full count. Certainly more than 5 pitches. I believe we're up to double digits now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Simpson. Hit in the air, foul to the right side. This is really firing up the Illinois State dugout, isn't it?
That is pitch number 11. Jerry's been around the plate, done a really nice job. Gonna have to try to find a way to get one past him here. I think fooling him's out of the question at this point, so you're just gonna have to be better.
The 3-2, another line drive. This one over the Iowa dugout. Foul ball. We'll do it again at 3-2.
Yeah, if you're a hockey player, you're stick tapping the boards right now is what the Illinois State dugout's doing. It's feel like they're in a good spot here, but Jared's just a pitch away.
The 3-2 again. Inside, ball 4. Looked great, but just inside. And a couple of runners on for Pasella now.
I don't know how you can swing at every pitch he's thrown and somehow you let that one go by. Great pitch there from Jared Simpson, just barely missed inside.
Yeah, to your point, that one was closer than a lot of the ones that he swung at.
You all of a sudden got yourself in a spot here. I think that was 13.
13, you're right. A 13 pitch at bat. Great battle from Simpson. Kubo wins it, and he walks. So runners on first and second for the Redbirds. With one out, we'll have a mound visit from pitching coach McGrath as Pasella comes into the box. Pasella grounded into a double play in the first. Lined out to center in the third, and then singled in the fifth.
Yeah, there's free bases, and then there's that one.
Yeah, right.
I mean, Jared's thrown 18 pitches this inning now. 13 of them have been strikes, and he walked a guy.
Yep.
So, I mean, and he's faced 3 hitters. So it's been a pretty good run here for Jared. He just ran into a good at-bat.
Hawks are up by 2 in the 7th. Pasella takes this one. It buckles his knees. It's a strike.
Good breaking ball there, and risky pitch there on the inner part of the plate. Good pitch there. We'll see if now he starts to maybe works away a little bit more.
Really got to miss the barrel with Pasella. Here's the 0-1. That's in the dirt. Good backhand pick by Moss behind the plate. Just one out in the inning. Iowa up 6-4 in the top of the 7th. It'll be the top of the order coming up for Iowa when we get there.
I think you're going to see more breaking balls away now.
Moss is set up outside. Here is the 1-1. Catches the corner, 1-2.
Straight fastball away.
Now we can go with those breaking balls, don't you think?
Yeah, now I think you try to get him to chase or maybe roll over one to Honar so you can roll 2 on it. And you can finish up the inning that way.
The 1-2 to Pasella. Swing and a miss. Got him fishing. Hook, line, and sinker. That's out number 2.
That is a big, big out for Jared Simpson. 2 away here in the 7th. Not out of the woods yet, but a little bit closer.
Yep. Feels like a big spot in the game. I think that kind of goes without saying, but you just kind of grab some of the momentum if you hold the Redbirds here. It's Morris. 0 for 2 today with a walk and a run scored. First pitch from Simpson, low and out, called a strike. Good start from Jared.
Well, and that's because if you're Jared, you haven't really done anything wrong this inning. You got 2 guys on base and pitched well. You know, you gave up an infield dribbler over your head and a 13-pitch walk, and so you just want to make sure now you close it out and get back in.
0-1 is slap foul over our heads to the right. Nothing in 2.
Again, Morris, a limited at-bat guy, and he obviously got a few at-bats in the first game against the Hawkeyes, but you know, not a guy that's seen a lot of stuff, and so Jared, this is a good chance for him to strike him out and finish up the inning.
Long pause from Simpson on the mound. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. Inside portion of the plate. Simpson with his 3rd strikeout of the inning. Great job, Jared Simpson. And that'll do it for the top of the 7th. We'll stretch things out. Hawks lead at 6-4. This is Iowa baseball from Learfield.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics. Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Don't let life get in the way of what's most important. Visit shelterinsurance.com to learn more. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/IowansWin.
Top of the order coming up for Iowa, but first let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. Well, we're into the late innings in Iowa City now. 6-4, Iowa out in front of Illinois State in the bottom of the 7th. Good time for a few more runs as Wilmus is in the box. He's been on a couple of times today.
Interesting stat for you. Iowa's 0-8 when getting out-hit by their opponent. And they're currently being out-hit 8-6.
8-6, yeah. Kind of owe us one, right, from the Penn State game the other day. A ball and a strike to Wilmus. Hard chopper up the middle. Base hit into center. Wilmus is on to lead off the Hawkeye 7th.
Had a great day at the plate. He's had 2 walks in his first 2 at-bats. Sacrifice bunt, drove in a run with his next at-bat, and then single up the middle there. So on base 3 times and being a team guy the 4th time is a pretty darn good day. It's a lot of action for 1-for-1.
Right. And late in the game, too. He's done a lot of good work for Iowa. Now he stands on first base. They're still going with Holcomb, the semi-sidewinding lefty. Keaton Anthony's in the box. Lights taking full effect on the field now as the sun is gone and set in. We are under some cotton candy skies as we get into May. Feels good to be into May, but the weather sure isn't acting like it.
No, we actually have just kind of looking at the flags. We're actually at a place where, Keaton hits a ball like he did back in the 4th inning where he pounded that ball to center field. It might be able to get out now with the wind having laid down enough, and certainly if he hits one to right center field, it's still going to have enough carry.
Oh, we let go of the bat on the swing there, and it goes over the Illinois State dugout. He foul-tipped it back into the pad, and it's 1-1.
Nice ricochet there off the net. Came back neatly into the field of play, and he's obviously home plate umpire Umlin's going to give him a minute to go get some more stick him on the bat handle because I don't think he doesn't want to see that again. So
yeah. Boy, he really let that one go.
Yeah, the 78-mile-an-hour fastball, center.
Throw it again, Zach. A ball and a strike. The pitch to Anthony. Swing and a miss. Same spot. He missed it that time.
And he went to the outside part of the plate there. And again, when Keaton's at his best, he's trying to drive the ball more up the middle. He kind of gets into these funks when he's trying to pull everything, and it gets him into a little bit of trouble, and then he pops out of it real quick. But
the 1-2, he pops it down the line in right. That'll get into the Hawkeye bullpen once again. That turf out there is getting pelted by foul balls today.
Wow, and again with the wind blowing that way, and you'd think hitters' approach would be kind of driving it up the middle and to right, and then with the wind pushing it even more out that direction.
1-2 to Keaton. Ooh, good pitch, just outside. Ball 2, tried to come in the back door.
Well missed outside, well missed.
Looked a little bit better than it actually was, huh?
It was pretty darn close, but missed enough outside.
Throw over to first. Wilmus gets back. It was an inaccurate throw, and Kubo has to play twister to grab it.
Kubo's not your biggest first baseman either, so not your prototypical 6'4" lanky guy or big stocky guy over there.
Wilmus takes off this time as this is lifted in the air to right. Ben's going to have to head back to first base as the right fielder Lawrence catches it. One down in the Hawkeyes' 7th. Wilmus gets back to first. That'll bring up Brennan Deriggy. And Deriggy today is 3 for 3, and he's got 2 home runs, a 3-run shot in the first, a solo shot in the 5th.
Keaton Anthony was the last Hawkeye to have 2 home runs, February 19th, 2022. It was the opening weekend in Charleston, South Carolina. He did it against Ball State. And I remember watching that game thinking, who is this freshman? Turned out to be pretty good.
He's pretty good. Deriggy's done a nice job today, 3 for 3. Sandwiched a single with those 2 home runs. He'll take the first one for a strike. Iowa 6, Illinois State 4. In the bottom of the 7th, really concerned about Wilmus over there at first base.
Well, and probably a pretty good time to see him go a little bit. Try to get him into scoring position here with just 1 out and give yourself a chance to extend the lead a little bit.
That one's outside close, but it's a ball. Got both Llewellyn and Christopherson getting loose for the Hawks in the pen. And like you mentioned, John, probably coming in for the 8th and the 9th. Hopefully with a little bit more support offensively. Deriggy's down in the count now, 1-2 after another one floats on the outside corner.
You had Louis warming up in the 7th inning there, so I would expect to see him. But now, again, with Deriggy, with the center fielder shifted so far over, if they want to work him outside, he could hit a hard line drive into that left center field gap.
The 1-2, swing and a miss instead. And Brennan's down for the first time today with the strikeout.
I like my idea better.
I do too. Poke it right over the shortstop, but swung over the top of that one.
Works with Tello here too. He could line one into left center field, and if he hits that ball there, Wilmus has got a really good chance to score from first because it'll take those guys a long time to track that down, especially with 2 outs now.
Exactly. They'll be going on contact. Oh, Wilmus is going to be in a pickle now. The throw to second is high. Ben, did he beat it? Oh, they called him out at second base. Pickoff move worked for Illinois State. Wilmus was going on first move, and that move was over to first base. So Wilmus is out at second. We'll see Raider Tello lead off the bottom of the 8th when we get there. But for now, we've played 7 in Iowa City. Hawks lead at 6-4. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/IowansWin.
At US Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever. Oh my goodness.
Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
Top of the 8th, Iowa 6, Illinois State 4. The Hawkeyes go into their closer type of pitchers here at the end, bringing in redshirt junior right-hander from Bettendorf, Will Christopherson.
Appearance number 20 for Christo, team leading, 2-1 on the season with a save, 4.15 ERA, 17 and a third innings, just 10 hits, 9 runs, 8 of those were earned, 11 walks, 35 strikeouts. Opponents batting 161 against him. Hawks have been here before, led 3-2 going into the bottom of the 8th inning. Christo on the mound, and didn't work out as well for Hawk fans. So look to close it out on a better note this time.
Illinois State did a good job against Christopherson in that previous meeting. Got 3 hits off him. 3 runs in that 8th inning, and so we'll give Will another shot at him. This time in Iowa City. It'll be 6, 7, 8. Nichols leading things off. First one from Christopherson is a fastball high, ball 1.
And he's a different Christo than he was a month ago again, as he'd kind of fallen into. We talked a little bit with Jacob Henderson too, where he threw almost too many sliders.
Here's one popped foul to the left side. That'll get out of play. It's 1-1.
You see him open now with 2 fastballs, getting into the, getting a 1-1 count, where now you can start to. Now your slider's more effective when they've seen fastball and they've seen some other things as well.
Fastball outside that time, 2-1. Nichols singled his last time up. He was the one that hit the base runner on the ground ball to the right side, so that ended the 5th inning.
Ends up the easiest put out DeRiggi will ever have.
Right.
Ooh.
There's a nice slider from Christopherson calling the ball. It was too high, 3-1.
Just missed the top of the zone barely. Good pitch there.
Illinois State hanging around, trying to get the leadoff guy out as he skies this one down the line and right. Peterson gives chase, but that'll get out of play, and the count will be full.
Good pitch there, slider to the inner part of the plate. Got a good bat around on it, but again, by the time you drop the bat head on it, all he could do was rip that foul.
3-2. This is fisted down the line. DeRiggi giving chase, but that'll get into foul territory out of his outstretched glove. We'll give it another shot, another lengthy at bat.
You want a fastball on the outside part of the plate, or you want the slider?
I think I'm going slider. Dive bomb.
I want the fastball on the outside part of the plate.
We've reached an impasse, John. The 3-2. Ooh, we got yours. Fastball outside, but fouled off. Staying alive.
92 from Christo.
That's up there for him.
That's a very high velocity for him, and now you've got him. You got him kind of stood back up. Now I'm okay with your pitch if you want to come back and bust it across.
There it is, a swing and a miss. We worked well there as a duo, John. Went with yours first and then finished it with mine. It wasn't exactly the dive bomb inside, but Nichols waved at it and missed, and we've struck out 3 Redbirds in a row now.
Well, you show him basically you show the fastball. You show the fastball in a tunnel on the outside part of the plate, and then you show the slider in the same tunnel, but you break it back in, and all of a sudden then you're able to get the swing and miss. So good work there, good sequencing to get the out.
Here's Chang, and there's that sharp slider to start off his at-bat. Outside corner, strike 1. Christopherson has thrown quite a few pitches. That one got up to 8 with Nichols. There's another strike. And now Will's in a significantly strong position against Chang. 0-2.
He's going to start this slider off the edge of the plate and break it right off.
Yep, you were right. It was just too far outside. Chang probably knew it was coming, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, you want to see him. You want to see him just kind of start it on the outer edge and break off, not start it in the batter's box and break off there. And now you might see him dot it with a fastball just to say, "You sure?"
Moss setting up outside. This is hit on the ground to the right side. Honar's there. He'll throw it across. 2 down.
And see, that was what the better slider gets you. He started that kind of on the outside part of the plate, broke it into the left-handed batter's box, had him well off balance where he just kind of had to poke it out there. Easy play for Honar, 2 away.
Strong stuff from Will to start the 8th inning. We'll see Lawrence up now. Another left-handed hitter for the Redbirds. Out of the windup, the pitch. That is
a strike, not called.
Yeah, that was up and in just a touch, I guess. Looked pretty good, but it is called a ball. Bases are empty with 2 outs in the 8th. Iowa 6, Illinois State 4. This is lifted foul to the left side, evening the count at 1.
Again, I like what you're seeing here. Back-to-back fastballs again, so not just relying on that on the off-speed stuff, but keeping the hitter honest. And now you've got your array to go back to.
Here's the 1-1. Tapped foul to the right side. Really worked that on the inside corner, didn't he?
Yeah, basically started that out on the outside part of the plate, broke it in 18 inches across the plate, and just barely just barely able to get a piece of it.
Ready with the 1-2. Ground ball, right side, foul. That'll get all the way down into the corner. And so we'll do it again.
We'll have to pause a second.
Yep, John's off to the races again, going all the way down the right field corner.
Ball sticks in the wall for him, too. That just doesn't give him any break at all of bouncing it back.
Pretty bad luck for John today out there.
He's had the 300 feet run twice today.
He hasn't been able to field one off the net either today, huh?
No, got one tough bounce.
Here's the 1-2. Tried to go outside corner with the slider, but couldn't bring it in enough, and it's 2-2.
You say a 300 feet run, and then you think about it, he just had 200-yard dashes today.
Yeah.
That's too far for me.
Here's Christofferson's 2-2, brought it in the back door, didn't even knock, and he got him looking for the second strikeout of the inning. That'll do it for the top of the 8th. Sharp stuff from Christofferson. Illinois State goes down 1-2-3. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It's time for some insurance. Iowa 6, Illinois State 4. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Mid-American Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
John Evans and John Leo in the broadcast booth at Duane Banks Field this evening. Iowa 6, Illinois State 4 in the bottom of the 8th. Coming up this weekend, we're hosting Ohio State for a 3-game series. Join us at Finkbine Golf Course Friday morning, Friday, May 5th, for the Iowa Baseball Golf Tournament. Check-in begins at 8 a.m. Things get started at 9, 4-person best shot. More information on HawkeyeSports.com. When you click on the baseball tab, I'll get you pointed in the right direction for this upcoming Friday's Iowa Baseball Golf Tournament.
Any of the parents talk you into being on the team?
I'd love to be there. I think I will be there, but I don't know if I'll be competing. I don't have clubs with me, and I don't need any added frustration early in the morning.
You know what Finkbine has at the golf course?
Oh.
Golf clubs.
Oh, shoot. Now I don't have that excuse anymore. Tello's in the box. He's worked a 1-2 count. Rader trying to find a hit today. The 4-5-6, Tello, Peterson, and Huckstorf held hitless today, combined 0 for 9. Here's the 1-2. That's outside, ball 2.
I can ask my wife if you can borrow hers.
All I really need is one. I think I just need a driver, and I can use that as my putter, too, because it's got the flat. You know, it doesn't have that angle to it, right?
It's one way to approach it.
2-2's popped up right side. First baseman going back. Right fielder coming forward. Looks like he lost it for a second, but he recovers, and Lawrence makes the catch. Tello is out number 1 in the 8th.
You can see a little bit of Raiders' frustration there. Not that he shouldn't have run out the fly ball, but he was aggressively running out the fly ball. He was mad that he missed it.
Yeah. That one was middle in for him, too. Okay, so you don't recommend I use a driver for my driving and my putting and maybe just grab like a sand wedge for everything else? You don't recommend that? The golf pro. Here's Peterson, a swing and a miss on the first pitch that he sees. Okay, maybe I'll grab an 8-iron.
That's the best I got is to that one.
The 0-1 pitch is hit on the ground, left side. Third baseman charges. The glove, the throw, got him at first. Good play there by Nichols.
Yeah, Nichols had to come across and get that. If it got all the way to Chang at short, Petey was going to beat that out. But yeah, Hawkeye middle of the orders had a tough day here. Huck's actually hit the ball reasonably well at least once there, and I think the ball he hit to the second base was pretty good exit velocity as well, just right at him. So
bases empty and 2 outs for Hucksdorf. There's a first pitch strike just below the letters. Kyle, a little bit frustrated, I think, with himself. He shook his head, but that one was right down the middle. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He drives this one to right off the end of the bat. Right fielder going back. It is over his head. It'll one-hop off the wall. Hucksdorf rounding second now. He's headed for third. The ball's cut off. The throw to third is not in time. Hucksdorf beat it out with a triple.
that was a very close play at third. I thought when he hit it out there, I thought he had third easy, and then ball missed the first relay, but boy, hit the second one. Shortstop there. I think it was Shane. Might have been Rasmussen actually Robinson that caught the relay as it missed, and then he made a great throw to third. But Hucksdorf able to beat it in, give Honar a chance to extend the Hawkeye lead.
Could use some insurance, leading 6-4 in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. There's Huck at third. Here's the first pitch to Honar. He'll watch that go by outside, ball 1.
Triple number 3 for Huck on the year.
That's got to lead the team, right?
Yeah, just he broke a tie there.
He and Seegers neck and neck with those extra base hits. The 1-0, Honar drives it into right center, base hit, and that'll bring home another run. There's the insurance we're looking for, 7-4, RBI single, Sam Honar.
Big 2-out hitting there as Huck clobbers one. Honar comes through, just not trying to do too much with it, just takes the fastball down in the middle of the zone, drives it right back up the middle. 107 on the exit velo there.
It's a good smooth swing, right?
Nice to see out of him. You mentioned it earlier, taking some of those pitches on the outside part of the plate. You know, even when he struck out, he showed better plate discipline that you like to see, and you feel like there's a chance then to do something positive.
A little bit more run support for the Iowa pitching staff, leaning towards Luke Llewellyn, I would think, for the 9th.
I would guess Luke will close it out.
Iowa up by 3 now, as Seegers will watch that drift below the knees, ball 1.
Drift to the knees, perhaps?
Yes, very close. Michael's had a productive day. He's 2 for 3 with a run scored.
If I'm going to complain, I'm going to complain both ways.
Yes, that's how we like to keep it fair. 1-0 from Holcomb is too far outside, ball 2.
I shouldn't say if I'm going to question, I'm going to question both ways.
Yes. I think we've built that reputation by now, haven't we? I hope so.
I certainly have a rooting interest, but I have TrackMan that tells me where the pitch is.
Right. Keeping a close eye on Honar over there at first base. And
Honar wants no part of having to dive back into the bag.
And he might not have to, as Seegers lines this into center. Another base hit for Michael, his 3rd single of the day. The Hawkeyes keeping the inning going here in the 8th.
Hawkeyes have now out hit 10-8.
Yes.
So we've busted up that one, and that will do it. We're going to have a relief pitcher come in as we've extended the welcome of Holcomb.
Holcomb was in there for quite some time, wasn't he? Illinois State's only used 2 pitchers today. Holcomb was in for 3+ innings, I believe.
3 2/3.
Yeah.
Just couldn't quite close it out, but really good outing from him. 5 hits, 2 runs. Responsible for the 2 guys on base, but 3 strikeouts, didn't walk anybody, so he made the Hawks earn it and really kind of shut Iowa down there, minus a home run and another triple there.
Iowa 7, Illinois State 4 with 2 on and 2 outs in the 8th. We're back after this pitching change break. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Mid-American Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, Start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
Illinois State turns to their senior right-hander Colton Sherbensky out of the Illinois State bullpen.
He's 0-1 on the season, does have a save, 8.25 ERA, 12 innings, 16 hits, 11 runs. They've all been earned, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .320 on him with 7 extra base hits out of those 12. Fastball is going to probably be around 90, 93, and 90 to 93, although he's been throwing a little bit more of a something with some cutter action instead of just a straight fastball, so the velo's dropped a little bit. Then he's got a slider, but you know, Hawkeye hitters again will kind of show that discipline of really trying to put some pressure on and get him in a spot they like, because they've got a chance. He's either in the middle of the plate or he's going to tend to miss the plate.
Well, Moss can add to the Hawkeye lead with a base hit right here. 2 outs, 2 on, as he watches the first pitch in there for a strike on the inside corner. Iowa 7, Illinois State 4 in the bottom of the 8th.
I'm sure Cade was not looking for slider and was not looking for a ball to be on the inside part of the plate there.
Had some sharp break to it, didn't it? And he chased that one low and out, 0-2 now.
And he's got to try to see if he can identify it a little bit quicker there. And he was kind of probably looking fastball there, swung well over the top of that one.
The pause and the pitch. Ground ball to third. It's bobbled. Shortstop will pick it up. He's got no play. And the bases will be loaded for Ben Wilmus.
A tough move there from Honar as he kind of stopped because he didn't want to run right into the out. But then all of a sudden he had to get going again because he had to get there as the force out was still right in front of him. And hopefully Ben's learned something as Cade Moss saw 3 straight sliders.
Yes.
And so, you know, you come in now and you know, if he heats you up and throws a strike on strike 1, okay, but be ready for something that's breaking here.
Wilmus in the box. There's that pitch low and outside. I don't know if that was a slider or more of a changeup.
A lot of spin.
Yeah. 80 miles an hour, 7 miles an hour less than the last slider he threw. Here's the 1-0 to Wilmus. Ooh, Ben watched that one go by. The slider must be a little bit slower the past couple times.
So his fastball, he's throwing that cutter at about 87, and he's throwing the slider in the kind of around 80 somewhere.
Ball and strike to Wilmus with 2 outs. The pitch outside corner. Ooh, 1-2.
That was not on the outside corner, but called strike 2, so he'll have to battle here. Watch out for that slider again.
The pitch is low and in. Ben didn't back away from that challenge. Sherbensky almost hit him with it. It's 2-2.
The Hawks have 3 bases loaded. Hawks have only left 3 runners on base today, so need to drive in a couple here. Good eye there.
Wilmus hasn't had a reason really to swing to this point.
No,
Count's full.
The high breaking ball that was strike 1, he wasn't really going to swing at. The fastball that was off the plate that got called for strike 2, you're not going to swing at. And now he's got a chance, and the carousel will go in motion.
Big pitch on its way home. Wilmus fouled it off over the stands to the right.
Slider down in the zone. Really good pitch there. It was center of the plate, but down. Wilmus fouled it back over the fence there.
Wehere's the 3-2, swing and a miss. Wilmus goes down, just missed that one. The Hawks will leave them loaded, but we'll go to the 9th. 3 more outs to get Iowa up on Illinois State 7-4. Try to close out the game right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection, so dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever. Oh my goodness.
Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to US mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
After a cancer diagnosis, it's natural to want to start treatment right away. But first, get a second opinion from a team that specializes in your cancer. I'm Dr. George Weiner, Director of University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Before you start treatment, you deserve to be confident you have the right diagnosis and know every option available to you. So whether it's with us or somewhere else, get a second opinion. It can change your care and your life.
Iowa brings in their closer in the ninth, a 3-run lead. We'll go with Luke Llewellyn, the junior right-hander from Urbandale.
1-0 on the season with a save, 2.57 ERA. This will be appearance number 19, 21 innings, 12 hits, 8 runs, 6 of those were earned. He has walked 16 guys, but struck out 28 as he's limited opponents to a 167 batting average.
Another substitution for the Hawkeyes out in the outfield. Braden Frazier's in left, the junior from Cedar Rapids. Frazier comes in for the defense. Louis comes in to try to close this thing down. It is 7-4. And Llewellyn will face a pinch hitter, Noah Rabin. He'll come into the game right now. In for Woltman, who was their catcher and 9-hitter. So Rabin is a left-handed hitter. Long hair flowing out the back of his baseball helmet. Llewellyn starts him with a pitch inside, a little bit low as well, ball 1.
286 on the season for Rabin.
Remember his name in that first game. 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. It is 1-1.
Of course, I just closed that box score from the first game.
He did get a pinch hit opportunity, and he was retired. A ball and a strike. Llewellyn is ready, and here's the pitch. Nice one inside, though. Ball 2. I'd keep throwing it, John. I mean, that's a really good pitch. I don't know how you don't swing at it for starters, right?
We've seen that one punched up for a strike every now and again.
Louis misses low and out this time, 3-1. Iowa out hitting Illinois State 10-8. Hawkeyes have played clean baseball in the field. No errors for Iowa, 2 for the Redbirds. Here comes the 3-1 from Luke. Inside, ball 4.
2 of those pitches were awfully close to strikes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go back to the top of the order, who's been challenging. It's just is that the 5th walk for Redbird hitters?
Pretty good number, I would say. They've really earned a couple of those, though.
Certainly have. You know, the 13 pitch one obviously jumps right to mind.
So back to the top with Robinson. First one bounces away from Moss. Cade's able to pick it up, though, without any advancement from the runner. I don't imagine Rabin has a ton of speed out there. He's 5'11", 195.
And he's 4 for 4 in stolen bases, but in the end, he means nothing.
Yep.
You know, he can steal his way around and not impact the game. Yep. So
a little brief mound visit from Cade Moss. Some positive reinforcement for Llewellyn.
I think the key is, you know, to Rabin there, Luke was around the strike zone and effective. You know, just obviously Rabin didn't go outside the zone, did a nice job, and you don't have to overthrow anything or attack anybody any differently here. You just need to go get him here.
Leadoff walk puts Rabin at first. Here's the pitch to Robinson. That's on the inside corner. He backed out of the plate, or out of the box rather, away from the plate like that was going to hit him. It was a hard fastball straight on the line, John.
Yeah, he bailed away out of a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. It was just right across the inside portion.
The 1-1, that's low. Moss will pick it out of the turf. 2-1.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're seeing kind of just that almost a little bit of an overthrow. He's just kind of throwing it right in the ground instead of just trusting his stuff, getting a good release point.
There's a breaking ball that dropped in right down the heart of the plate, 2-2.
Good little overhand curveball again. Snapped it right in there. Probably not going to turn 2 on Robinson, but
I wouldn't imagine. Unless he hits it hard enough, right?
Yeah, well, he's not really a stolen base guy, but the count goes full now. Might not matter.
Getting into dangerous water here now with the count full. Nobody out. Runner at first for the Redbirds. Hawks are up by 3 right now in the 9th. Trying to hold off Illinois State. Here's the 3-2. Check swing. He went around. Ball gets away. But Robinson is out. Runner stays put at first. There's one out.
Good hustle from Cade Moss to keep the runner from advancing, keep the double play in order.
Got a gift there, didn't we, John? That one was in the dirt.
Yeah, he showed the good curveball and got him to swing enough. And, you know, Rasmussen's not going to be an easy out here. They've 2 left-handed power hitters in the next 3 hitters, so got to get work done.
Swing and a miss at the first pitch from Llewellyn. A good start there. He put that curveball in an elevator.
And you can kind of see the importance of that extra run in the 8th inning here already. Now You've got a guy with 9 home runs at the plate. And instead of being the tying run, he's just still a cog in the wheel.
The 0-1 is low and in, almost hit Rasmussen. He scoots away from it. It's 1-1. He's been just as good as Robinson today. Rasmussen has.
You're confusing me with Robinson and
They're
Rasmussen.
so close, aren't they? Here's the 1-1. Line drive. This is foul into the Redbird bullpen. Rasmussen got a hold of it, but a good placement on that pitch from Llewellyn to put that low and out. There's no way to turn and drive on that.
Yeah, really good fastball on the low outside part of the plate. And almost had it by him. Rasmussen was able to make contact with it, send it screaming that way.
Louis set with the 1-2. Ooh, it's high. Wasn't particularly close, but Rasmussen got his arms moving a little bit like he wanted to swing at it, but thought better of it.
Showed a good fastball there. See if he tries to go in that similar tunnel, maybe lower it a little bit and then throw the breaking ball off of it now.
The 2-2, ground ball. Llewellyn will come off the mound to pick it up, throw it to first. Got him by about a step. It was close at first base.
Louis threw a changeup to first. Kind of needed to throw at least the slider, maybe the fastball to get it over there. The changeup just barely got him as he was hauling down the line after that high chopper. But 2 away here in the 9th inning.
All right, 1 out left to get. It'll be Kubo. He's been good his last couple plate appearances with a walk and a 2 RBI single. Iowa 7-4 in the 9th with 2 outs. First pitch strike from Llewellyn. He's in a groove now, isn't he?
Really nice breaking ball there. Again, runner at second doesn't mean much. Louis can just step on here, go through his sequence, and just get this guy out, not even face the best hitter on the squad there.
The 0-1 delivery from Llewellyn's in the dirt, and it's knocked down by Moss.
Actually, probably got the best hitter out on the last at-bat, the best power hitter on the squad over there.
Yeah, this top of the order is actually pretty good for Illinois State. I agree with you. You pick your poison with Robinson, Rasmussen, and Pasella. Hopefully we don't see Pasella. Here's the 1-1. That's in there for a strike on the low and in corner, and it's 1-2.
Had a good crowd tonight. It's thinned out a little bit, but those that are here up on their feet now, ready to celebrate a Hawkeye win.
Llewellyn looks in for the sign from Moss, and he's got it. Luke is set with the 1-2. Here it comes. Called third strike. Got him on the outside corner. And that's a Hawkeye winner, 7-4. Iowa takes down Illinois State.
Nice win. Never really felt super duper comfortable, but did what they needed to do. Got some clutch pitching when they needed it, some timely power hitting, and added a nice extra run there in the 8th to make sure it got done.
Iowa now 32-11, and winning game 1 of the homestand. Check. Got 7 more to go, and we get ready for our big series with Ohio State this weekend beginning on Friday. Hawks win it 7-4. We're back with post game right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Here's an easy pill to swallow. Right now, earn a 5-cent fuel saver on every prescription you fill at your Hy-Vee pharmacy. That's 5 cents off per gallon of gas for each prescription filled at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to fill your prescriptions. Just call or stop by your local Hy-Vee pharmacy and let us handle the rest. You can also fill online or use the mobile app. Fill a prescription and start earning today. Some restrictions apply. See your pharmacy or Hy-Vee.com for details.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs, but what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Iowa takes care of business tonight, a 7-4 winner over Illinois State. The Hawkeyes now 32-11 on the season, improving their home record to 18-2. John Evans, your thoughts on tonight's winner?
Nice to see. Ty came in, gave up a run, but it was nice to see him get back out on the mound, and really the run was just well manufactured. You saw Brody Breck get back out there, and good to see him. Good to see him kind of get back into the strike zone and find a way. You got a lot of different guys you needed to see throw a little bit. Some weren't maybe quite as sharp as you hoped for, but a lot of guys were pretty good. Bats were good enough. Again, some timely hitting, took advantage of the wind helping out there to right field early in the game, and a lot of good stuff overall. And now back to the Big Ten, up to 37 in RPI. So. Did what you needed to do.
Yes, take care of business, and like you said, do what you need to do and beat the teams that you should beat. Illinois State gave us problems this year. They beat us on their home field earlier, and we take it from them on our home field tonight, 7-4. Felt like a clean game that was just well played on our part tonight, on both teams' part, to be honest.
Yeah, defense for the Hawks was pretty good. You saw. The leadoff double was right down the line. You saw a hit that was right over the mound. For the most part, Iowa did a really nice job from the pitching side, getting out, making plays when they could make plays, and overall, just good work.
Hawks win at 7-4. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll be joined by Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland as postgame coverage continues right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever.
Oh my goodness. Visit U.S. Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. U.S. Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Iowa takes down Illinois State tonight, 7-4. We're joined now by Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland. Coach, your thoughts on the win tonight?
Yeah, just good workmanlike effort out of the guys. I thought they were ready to go. Offensively, got off to the great start. I thought Ty, had some bad luck. The first double down the line is a ball that you kind of give up. And credit to them to getting the piece there, and then we almost have the double off on the ball there. But I thought he was pretty good. Cade battled through some stuff, which was good to see. A few too many free bases out of him. But then you start putting some guys together: Chaz, Brody, Hendu, Simpson. Simpson, Christopherson, Louie were all really good. I think we ended up with 8 free bases, and I think 4 of them were 1 inning. So from that standpoint, got a lot of guys out there. Some guys, want to get Brody back out there. He has a clean inning. Hindu having a really nice inning, after some a little bit of struggle here and there, but he was really sharp. I thought the rest of those guys worked too. Chaz continues to do really, really well. So from that standpoint, it was good. And then we got some offense. Obviously, Rig and Hona are doing the heavy lifting with the home runs, and they were certainly needed tonight.
Just to talk about the pitching for a moment, John and I talked about it a couple of times during the broadcast, that those guys maybe regaining the trust out of you, the coaches, as we get towards the end of the season. Thought they did a good job of that tonight.
Yeah, and it's just them being in control of themselves, and that's the fight, right? I mean, it's one thing to just be out there competing, but it's the internal stuff that can be really tough. And when you have the weight of the expectations of everybody else on you, it becomes this really big burden, and nobody can carry that. And that's what we talk to those guys about. It's about your goal. That's it. I mean, it's not the expectations. Those are for somebody else, and that's the hardest thing to separate during the course of a year. And some of those guys are feeling that. And we just talked about being in control of yourself, and that's it. And if you go out there and you compete and you get beat that day, that's fine. We can deal with that. It's just when you start speeding up and you're not in control of yourself, that's the problem, and that's the fight in this sport especially. And so that's something we talk about a lot, and certainly you saw some guys in a good place tonight, which was good to see. And we're going to need those guys down the stretch here with the last 10 games that are left here, and those guys are going to be important pieces.
Couple of big-time series coming up now. The next 2 times we'll see it would be Ohio State this weekend, no midweek next week. We'll see Michigan State, who's towards the top of the conference, get that confidence rolling again and move up those standings, Coach.
Yeah, we'll have our hands full like every weekend you have in your league with the way people scout and they know you and all these types of things. It's a dogfight. It doesn't matter what the record looks like. And you look like a team like Ohio State comes in. I don't know what they did tonight, but they're right around 500. But then when you start digging in to what they did, a lot of good wins early. They're coming off a really good weekend where they're really offensive against Illinois. So they're coming in feeling good. It's a talented team. They have some really good arms, some young good arms. So we'll see some good stuff. And we got to play, man. You got to show up and be ready to go. And it's going to take your best effort and clean baseball in order to give yourself a chance to win. So it'll start with them. On Friday, it's a big day for us with our golf outing and getting a ton of alumni, a ton of supporters here watching the game, and get them a chance to get out on the course and have some fun. So it's a fun day that way, and we just got to be ready to go. And I really think that we're in a really good place, and we talked a lot about today. You have 8 in a row at home, right? This is a time we can get rolling. This is a time we can really stack them up, put them together, and just put our best foot forward. And so that's what we're looking for. And I certainly thought we got off on the right foot tonight. I thought it was clean baseball, outside of a hiccup here or there. We really did a nice job. Got some big hits. Rig, obviously, with the 2 home runs and Hodge there. And then those runs late, with 2 outs and nobody on. Kyle gets a triple, and then Sam gets the big 2-out knock after that. So those are big hits. Those are things that you need to continue to do to have special seasons, and we'll be ready to go Friday. Hopefully Mother Nature quits messing around. I'm sick of all this stuff. Hopefully we have a good couple days this weekend, and we get a good Hawk crowd out here and go have some fun. It should be Saturday, especially, should be a beautiful day. So let's fill it up and let's get rowdy, and we'll get after these guys.
All right, you heard him, Hawkeye Nation. Fill up banks this weekend. Ohio State in town. Coach, congratulations on the win.
John.
We'll see you Friday. Hawkeyes win it 7-4. We're back with highlights and a wrap-up right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Cellular, we believe in having healthy relationships with our phones, so we can have better relationships with each other. Introducing Us Mode, a way to set your phone for less distraction and deeper connection. So dinner can sound less like this and more like this.
What'd you learn today? The sauropod was the tallest dinosaur ever. Oh my goodness.
Visit US Cellular in-store or online, and we'll help set your phone to Us Mode, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, the 5G network built for us. See uscellular.com for details.
Knowing that I can make a difference in my patients' lives keeps me motivated every single day. Hi, I'm Dr. Kanya Ferguson at University of Iowa Healthcare. With academic medicine, we see the toughest cases, so we're always innovating. And we bring the best minds together to collaborate, so there's more brain power focused on you. Because that leads to exceptional care for our patients and our community. See how at uihc.org.
Iowa improves to 32-11 on the season, an impressive 18-2 here at home, and puts Coach Heller 2 wins away now from 1,000 career wins. Could do it this weekend with Ohio State coming to town. Let's go over some of the highlights. Iowa wins it 7-4 tonight. Double-digit home runs, hits a ground ball to second here. Honar flips it for one on to first, double play. Here comes the 1-0. He drives this one deep to right. It's crushed. An absolute no-doubter for DeRiggi. Brennan takes him deep to right center. Cade's ready with the 1-2. Moss is set up outside. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. With a high pitch out of the zone, Rasmussen couldn't resist, like another round of cookies baked by his mom. Sam Honar on base. He's in the box with a 3-1 count. Drives it to right. This will carry well. Get going, baby. It is gone. Sam Honar out to right. Boom. Well, he drives it to deep right. Get up, baby. It is gone. He got a hold of that one. Brennan DeRiggi. A solo shot. Bomb to right. The 1-0, Honar drives it into right center, base hit, and that'll bring home another run. There's the insurance we're looking for, 7-4, RBI single. Luke is set with the 1-2, here it comes. Called third strike, got him on the outside corner, and that's a Hawkeye winner, 7-4. Iowa takes down Illinois State. Thanks for tuning in to Hawkeye Baseball this evening. That'll do it for our coverage. Iowa wins it 7-4 tonight. We'll talk to you on Friday. First pitch with Ohio State scheduled for 6:05 p.m. Join us on the Hawkeye Radio Network. We'll provide the play-by-play all weekend against the Buckeyes. Iowa now 32-11 following their 7-4 victory over Illinois State. For my great board op down the line, Michael, great job as always. My color analyst, John Evans. I'm John Leo saying so long from Dwayne Banks this evening. Hawks win 7-4. Every day's a great day to be a Hawkeye. Some are just a little bit better than others. So long, everybody.
Hawkeye Baseball has been brought to you by Homewood and Home 2 Suites, preferred hotel of the Hawkeye Radio Network, Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association, and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. When corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Oak Knoll, an active life care community. University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. And by Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.